Welcome to MinusOneCHarisma, the only way to start your week. I am James Lucas, your resident dungeon master, and these are our beautiful, illustrious players.
Illustrious.
Welcome to our Mocha Monday. We're starting our Mocha Monday with a hype train.
Guys.
All right, we'll be right back after this little check-in. Dearest mother, I have most gossip-worthy news. I, your darling boy, was selected to captain a sea vessel. Now the crew leaves much to be desired, consisting of a drunken halfling, a small boy in his undershorts, a woman who is uncommon, uncast but not unamusing, and a man named Slug. I cannot decide who amongst them is the most odorous, but it is all in the day's work for a ship captain, Captain Fitzwilliams. It does have a ring. Well, I am just writing to you to let you know I am alive and well, commanding the seas as a captain would. No, Tiger, give me back that quill. It is not a treat. Oh, your mouth and mask are all covered in ink now. No, you may not have more. This ink is very, very expensive. Slug, anyone? Eric Karate, you're naked! Oh, just fantastic. Just waiting for a signal from Rezik. Any day now. Any day. Any day. All right.
Nailed it.
The worst.
The tall, oval doors to Deus's mansion stand open. Deus, the spitting image of Dresden save for a scar that goes across his face, stands in dark silken clothes with a flowing red and black high-collared cape that trails behind him but never quite touches the ground. His hands are decorated with jewels and rings, and his wrists with dazzling bracelets made of rare metals crafted into intricate weavings. Inside his immense castle, lit by faint torchlight, you see a grand hall that extends back hundreds of feet, ending into a raised dais. Towering pillars made of polished gray stone extend way up to the ceiling, which disappears into darkness above you. The walls are covered in huge tapestries, all depicting warriors fighting monsters or standing triumphantly on battlefields. And upon closer inspection, you immediately see a striking resemblance to the statues in Caravella Town of the 5 that were carved out in the center of the hall, or the center of the town. The inside chamber floor is covered in this very, very deep layer of undisturbed dust. And even where Deus had walked into you, it seems like that dust is still undisturbed. And it runs back along this thick carpet that goes the length of the hall, up into the dais where a throne made of wisping, swirling, golden light just moves back and forth on the platform. It's kind of this shining beacon, almost like a sunlight illuminating the darkness. And that group of wolfened, cloaked figures, they all bow to Deus as he walks out. And they start heading down the stairway you'd come up, away from the castle. But before that, each of them kind of gives you an appraising glance while they pass. And their eyes shimmer with that golden hue, the same that Tomium had. And it's almost like they light up the dark just for a second, and then they turn away and start walking down the steps. And Deus kind of looks to you all, motions you inside, and then starts to walk down his hall towards that wisping throne. What are you guys doing?
Do you know? Okay, I was like, we're still on your face, but the delay. Like,
Don't trust him. Never trust James.
It's kept you alive so far.
Statement.
I guess we go in.
Yeah, I guess we're following in. I want to. You said the dust is undisturbed by the way that he moves.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to pay attention to, like, if we're all leaving footprints as we walk in.
So you walk in a few steps, and immediately you touch the ground, and it's almost thick with dust as your feet just kick up these huge plumes of dust. And you watch, and it's that you have that giant thick carpet in front of you, and as Deus walks away, you notice he doesn't even disturb the fibers in the carpet. He walks so softly upon it that you can hear a slight rustling, but the ground itself doesn't even seem to impress into the carpet as he walks across it.
How close is he to us?
He's maybe 15 feet in front of you.
But
I
his
really
feet
wanna
make
see.
sounds.
Please
They
don't thunder
seem
wave him.
to. Very faint sounds, but doesn't seem to disturb
No,
the
I
dust.
wanted to see I wanted to see if I could like touch it, like try and give him a handshake and see if like he's solid or not.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, I'll go try and I'll walk up to him and say, "Thank you very much for your hospitality, sir," and hold out my hand
I
for a
missed that.
handshake.
He kind of looks at your hand for a second and looks up at you and takes your hand. It's very nice to meet you, Daye. Trust. Oops.
And you, sirs? And he feels solid.
And he feels solid. He feels solid, but he's really cold. And you can almost feel like a rushing of something moving through his body, like chilled water or blood just moving through him.
Wine.
Good. Okay.
Lovely. Wow. We still had that conversation that we had at the end of last time,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, he said that and he just kind of turned and walked away.
Oh god.
Hi, no, sorry. Can you repeat? My ears are ringing, and I don't really know what.
Please, we'll have plenty of time to talk about this. You
What-
must be very tired. Allow
No.
me to accommodate you as my guests.
I am immediately not tired.
We'll have plenty of time. Puppet tricks. Follow me.
No,
And he kind of walks off, and you see that he walks by the throne and off to the right, and there's like a chamber to the right, and it looks like a big table is set up. This huge dark wood table that extends off that could sit maybe 40 people. And it's in this room. There's 4 braziers sticking up braziers. Dang, I always say that word wrong. There's 4 braziers.
whoa,
My
tata.
Similar word.
Tigo biddy.
Now it's a
Jeez.
party. Woo!
How did he do it?
Is there anything inside?
I've made a terrible mistake. You walk through this hall. You enter this room, and this room seems to be recently cleaned. You see that there's remnants of dust outside that have crept in a little bit, but this whole room is perfectly clean. And atop it, you can see this feast, this humongous feast with vegetables and baked potatoes and all different kinds of meats, chickens, beef, pork, all just
Bacon
laid
bits.
out. Silverware,
Bacon.
very, very expensive silverware. Rezik, you would notice this silverware is probably worth more than most of what you own. Maybe save the boat. And the plates themselves lined with gold. He ushers you in and to sit. Please,
What?
sit, relax, feast. And he goes to the head of the table and just sits down in this high-backed chair that almost comes to a point at the top, completely black with gold lining. And he just picks up this huge goblet, also made of gold. Very lavish, and just sips.
I'll go sit down and eat.
I'll sit down, but I'm casting detect poison before anyone's eating.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna slam the food down in Trust's hand with mage hand and be like, "Excuse us if we're a little bit, I don't know, a little bit cautious. We've recently been tricked in some fashion, so we're gonna take it easy, I think, on the food and
Tricked?
drink for now."
Well, that's to be expected. You're an interesting group.
I mean, the guy looks
Considering
pretty
you
trustworthy to
come-
me.
Please. Eat if you will, if you don't. That's fine.
Pup like
too.
squats on a chair, like not sitting, but like sits on it with their knees up. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just stand behind one of the chairs and kind of lean on it, but not sit down.
Can
It's safe?
Can I,
Kelwise,
walk
you cast
around?
detect magic. Sorry. Kelwise, you cast your detect magic, and you look at the food
Poison?
and
Poison?
some of the detect poison.
Tasty
yes.
Doctor?
And
Doctor.
you see just the faintest glow coming from a few bottles on the table, but that's to be expected when alcohol is around.
High proof alcohol.
Yeah, nothing strikes you as poisonous.
Which one of those?
Nothing lights up.
Yeah, a few of those are the good ones, and I'll just point out which ones the good ones are.
Yeah.
Can
what did you wanna
I
do,
walk
Cornelia?
around? I want to just observe the room. Are there like traps where the chairs will fall through or something crazy?
Yeah, roll an investigation check.
Burned.
There's a few giant
Yeah.
buffets, like serving buffets to the side, and you do notice there's a huge mural painted of this vast landscape, this humongous castle with a tower in the back, and you see 5 figures on horseback riding up, and a woman standing on the palisades much closer, looking down upon them with a very regal look to her clothing.
Do you recognize any of those individuals?
You could assume the individuals are very small in the picture, so you could assume they're probably the 5.
It could be anyone. They're so small.
Yeah. The
They're
of the
very
third-
young.
The blades of the third star that you'd heard about in the stories,
With
Okay.
The lady.
which
The
was
lady
Elza's.
above?
And there was a woman
With
atop,
is that the lady
palisades.
Maya? Maya?
Mayan.
Do we see the
Miami.
spires, the
Could be.
mountains, or anything?
You see mountains behind, way in the distance, behind this giant tower, but it's not a place you've ever been to before. It doesn't look familiar to any of you.
How's the wine?
You try some wine? You pop open some wine, and it is roll me a history check with advantage, because
Ho ho ho, dear reader. I'm a
I didn't find any
drunk.
traps, right?
what did you get for your a 16? You don't find any traps. No, it doesn't seem. It seems like everything in this room does what it seems to allude to.
21.
A 21. This is like a very old, fine aged wine. Something that you've maybe had once in your life that you could sneak away. You caught like the tail end of a very expensive party that ended in people passing out and getting carried home, and you could just try the dregs, finish the bottles. This is something.
They used to call me that in college, Dregsden. I would just go around at the end of the party and finish everyone's drinks. I'm not proud of it.
Yep, the king of the cup.
You sound a little proud of it.
Okay, yeah. I'll just look at the guy. It's weird.
What's
No, I wasn't saying that. I was thinking that out loud
Oh.
to myself. Why do you look like me? I'm just gonna say it.
Well, it's the same reason you look like me.
Because
We're deathless.
what?
You just laugh.
Your tilt's proven trust.
Does that mean? What does that
You
even
and
mean?
I, vestiges of Elzar when he broke himself apart.
Do we all look like this?
Most do. Although
What?
most don't live long enough.
Also, what?
Do you
Wait,
guys
so
know-
how old is yous?
How old am I?
Both
I
of
am-
you.
Why?
I am old enough that age no longer applies. Numbers no longer do justice.
What about him?
Yeah. Yeah, me.
Him?
Yeah, me too. Me
I
too.
No idea.
Like 35-ish, I think.
A deathless can pop up anywhere. You know of Elazar's state. He has been asleep.
Rendered
Oh.
deathless?
Well, he has been apart from himself for thousands of years. None of you. Puppetrex, you've never heard of this.
Nope.
Well. Well, seems I have
Wait.
a lot to tell you all.
Please?
Please. And he motions again to sit at the table.
Oh, I'm already sitting. Yeah.
I sit
yeah.
again, and I
I've been sitting.
eat,
Cornelius
and I
just
glare at
wandering around.
Rezek. I dare you to freaking spat this food on my hand. I dare.
I get the mage hand out, hover over it, and then
And I'm gonna do it instead.
All right, well, trust a mage hand hovers above you, and then something smacks the food out of your hand again.
I toss over a chicken leg or whatever animal sort of leg is in front of me.
Yeah,
Try that one. I don't know.
call it a turducken leg.
Yeah. It's a chickpea. It's just like 50 legs.
Oh,
It's more efficient to farm them that way.
That's horrifying. That's
Right?
yeah.
Just palming handfuls of food onto my plate.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah, and the whole
pocketing
time.
silverware.
Okay. Yeah. Every time you pocket a piece of silverware, Cornelia, you get the sense, because when you look deep into Deus's eyes, he's just watching all of you, and you get the sense that nothing is outside of his purview.
Oh, never mind. Just
But-
kidding.
But he doesn't seem to be stopping you at all.
All right, I'm gonna put him back in. No, is it okay? Should I take him out? I'm gonna take him out again.
Just make a decision.
Cornelius is like taking them out, putting them back, taking them out, putting them back. Like,
Watching
over and over.
So you said most don't survive. What does that mean?
Well,
Maybe start at the beginning.
I'm what you
Anyone?
call-
Anyone else?
The
Yeah, no,
primitive
the beginning
aspects
sounds good.
of that-
We got
how did the
feats.
deathless?
We
How
know
did the
Got the
deathless
wine.
become deathless? Yeah.
Elazar the Deathless. Many
Can you
adventures.
use it in a sentence without
Yada,
using it in
yada,
a sentence?
yada. He went off, did great things. Many loved him. Yada yada yada. Became the ruler of Aventide.
Did you just yada 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 the Age of Adventure?
You did.
It was
And
a
then you
long
became the
time.
ruler of Aventide afterward. That's. I feel like we missed some important feats. Maybe. How does one become
I
ruler
don't
of
truly think my
everything?
time didn't exist until well after his time was over. You see, Elazar struggled quite desperately as the ruler. No one could stand up against him. No one could question him. No one could doubt him.
Why?
Well, he was just too powerful. Do you know what that's like? There's a certain
Only
amount
when
of
I'm drunk.
solidarity that comes with that. And after thousands of years trying to manage people, you lose a certain connection. And the very one question that rang into his mind, and Dresden, I don't doubt you've thought of this too. What does it mean to rule? And not just to rule justly. How does one rule justly?
I think I see what you're driving at.
Yeah, you gotta
Without
break
that-
some eggs to
without-
make an omelet. Yeah, there's always
Well,
a winner
without
and a
that-
loser.
Without a connection to the people, without being
I mean,
one of the people, how can you
is
relate
it just
anymore?
to build someone a shelter? Is it just to the tree that you cut it down to build shelter for someone else? Maybe, maybe not. But when you think of the rest
Not
of
for
the
the
living
Lorax.
beings on Aventide as trees, rocks, the oceans themselves, these questions become a lot more gray or black and white, depending on the direction you want to go. And so,
yeah, but you could also just choose not to, identify with rocks. I think that makes it a little simpler.
yes, well,
You're saying he didn't?
yes, Papa Traix.
To me, or the one with the raised hand?
I can ask after.
Okay.
That is a first. What's happening here?
Well, thousands of years passed. Elazar lost touch with everyone he ever knew, loved, connected with, and their memories faded as well. And so, as a last-ditch effort to try and keep himself from losing his faith in the Lady Mine, he decided to remove his crown. And by doing that, he shattered the world into thousands and thousands of pieces, shattering himself, his emotions, his being into thousands of pieces that scattered Aventide into, well, you can see the Darthwood here is one of those shards. It does not technically supposed to exist, and yet it does. And it once did exist, but is not part of Aventide. Maybe the closest piece to land near Aventide. But we are not in Aventide. Currently.
Killwise, will you hand me that bit of burnt toast that I'm smelling over there?
I have a
Please.
question.
Yeah,
Thank you.
there you go.
I have a question.
Yes.
If you's a part of Elazar who was good, why is you taking all these people's lives and souls and turning them into skelly boys?
Good.
What's that about?
Use the word good. What do you consider good? I see you've taken your own share of lives.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to understand the purpose of all the skeletons and such.
Well, I've given them purpose. I've taken their doubt away.
So when Elazar split himself, is it like different concentrated bits of himself? So you're like the benevolent but without sympathy one, and he's the grumpy one,
angsty bit, right?
and he's the angsty bit, like or what?
You could say that. Yes, the different parts of his being created the different, well, shattered realms, as we call them.
Is everybody, what's with the rift? Are you guys all attached to the rift? You said Darthwood shouldn't exist? Is it
Well, the
because
Darthwood is a bit of an anomaly, comparatively. Most of the
and
rifts...
Darthwood, this place, or the rift itself, do you mean?
Well, the Darthwood
Or did-
existed
Oh.
before, but when the shattering happened, this realm here, the Pharaoh lands, I guess you'll call them. The Pharaoh lands should exist in a different dimension, and yet it opened itself underneath these mountains. Now I have shielded it from the outside world, as you saw with the fog. But,
Wait, so are you saying that, like, this was a then, that's now?
well, this place existed. Aventide, as you know it, is a small piece, maybe just a continent of a much greater world. And the whole thing was shattered.
What?
The world itself was shattered into thousands of realms.
There's more places than just here.
Yes.
What do you mean by realm?
What?
Well, you see this realm. As you saw, there's another anomaly within the confines of my town that lead to another realm.
I mean, people don't go in there and come out skeletons?
Well, Luthen is quite different from me.
Who's
In
Luthen?
fact, Luthen is another Deathless. Another one of the prime
Did it-
aspects.
Does he look like us?
Yes, he does.
Damn it.
So
But you see-
wait,
look-
but Dresden,
Which one
you,
of us is the floor model?
Dresden, you had parents, right?
I thought so, yeah.
So that's what I'm not getting. If you're one of the Deathless,
Right?
Deus, and Dresden, you're one of the Deathless, and Elazar broke up into all these pieces. How
Yeah.
do you have
level with
parents?
me. Right.
Yeah, that's
Without-
what I'm.
You are aware of the Source Heart. All life. Well, and he kind of looks at you, pup. Most life comes from the Source Heart. All living things. Elazar himself, caged by it, attached to it, strung by it. And yet, it connects us all, but it divides us into beings such as you, Kelwise, and Cornelia, Rezik, Trust, all different beings. Now, there are ways and magics and beings who can manipulate that. Beings such as Elazar that are so powerful that the Source Heart itself weaves its power around him. So, it is an imperfect, it is a dirty confluence, if you will, of things. And sometimes vestiges of his power seep into the beings that exist. So while Dresden may have been born something, quickly the Source Heart, tainted by Elazar's will, would have changed him into something else entirely. Now, there
He
may
was
be a
actually
piece
born,
of who
but-
Dresden
Hmm.
should have been, but that's not for me to know or say.
Maybe that's why he's so sad all the time.
Okay. Honestly, you might be right.
I have a couple of questions. I have a lot of questions. When you say strung, does that have to do with the strings that I see? And then the second question, wait, okay, so, if you're my creator, is it you, or is it the bigger Elazar, or are you, wait, what do you mean other than me? Wait, how, what's the source?
I give pets to pup.
And by stress eating this entire time, covered in just food.
Pup, what I
Pup
say,
does not know how to deal with feelings.
I am your creator, your father. What I mean is, Elazar, the original Elazar, we'll call him the original, created you in an attempt to free you from the bonds of this world. There are beings, very rarely, created outside of the Source Heart. I have met one like you before. They're known as the Seraphim. And you are one of the Seraphim, but they tend to be the natural elements of this world. And you, they may be a bastardized version, a forced hand, created outside of the bounds of the Source Heart. And he did this, as far as I can remember, in order to protect you and save you from the loop he was tied to. An eternity of damnation. But the reason I
Why
call
do you know all of this?
Well, I am one of the primitive aspects. The originals. When Elazar first split himself, there were 10 of us. And since more and more have been appearing, which can only mean one thing. Elazar will not slumber very much longer. And I'm afraid that's not good news. At least as he
No?
is now. No.
Why?
Yeah, why?
He is a mindless being now, with all the powers
not
of
complete.
a god,
But
missing
If he's-
everything that makes him a human being.
Is in you. All of yous.
I'm a piece of that.
Oh,
And
yeah,
there are
all of
9
you,
more like
plural.
The
Plural.
royal use.
Yes. And to a degree, you as well, Dresden.
So if you not all survived, there just needs to be 10 total of you? If there's new popping up, or how does that?
Well, here is the thing.
You guys have to... Yeah.
Eleazar had his humanity, and he was an imperfect being. Though he tried his best, there were aspects of his personality that, let's say, he would be better if they were repressed, left out. Do you hear what I'm saying? If he is to return, there's a chance we could return him better, stronger.
What is, in your opinion, better, stronger? I mean, you asked Trust what's good. Why is your
Yes.
image of this
Well, there are
Eleazar
aspects
better?
of him that drove him mad. His blind faith in mine. His absolution. He never questioned it. Never once. Never tried to walk a different path. This drove him mad.
So he's to squish all of yous back in him?
Well, eventually.
Whoa. No.
But,
Sorry, Dresden.
look, there are pieces of him that are better left out. Such as Luthen, the aspect of his faith.
Maybe
Okay.
it could just be not as strong of a faith.
All right. Well, wait. Level with me. So, you're saying he's coming back. You're basing that off of greater numbers of
Well, you're here
aspects
right now.
of him. Yeah.
You summoned us here.
I
Well,
guess.
Dresden,
I think he meant me specifically, Rez.
you exist.
Well, you summoned
Your
Pup here, and you were part of
existence
Pup's group, so you
is-
summoned us here.
Well, Dresden's
I think he meant like alive.
existence is
Yeah.
proof of Eleazar's disturbance.
So, in a lot of ways, all of you not killing me when I annoyed you, this is all your fault.
I throw.
You're to blame.
I can fix it! You
Heard
stare
that.
him dead in the eye.
I've heard that before.
Wait,
let
I have
him
to
over.
ask Deus. So you want to return? You're okay with returning to the Prime
Of
one?
course. I am just a piece of a whole. I am
Right.
a
But what if-
fragment?
Does
Of a being.
does Dresden have to go back?
I don't know. He is the one who holds the crown, so I would assume so.
What?
Okay, so, what? Yeah, thank you, Pup. What?
People are asking me about a crown, and I don't even know what that means.
Do you have one?
I don't know.
Who was
Same.
asking you
Okay,
about a
cool.
crown?
Some guy in a boat. He was telling me to give him the crown or else.
And who was this guy?
He was a doctor on a boat. Some people who kidnapped me.
On the ship.
Was that
yeah, on the ship.
Gastoon Alistar? It was an Alistar.
The Alistar.
Alistar.
Yeah.
Alistar.
Well, there was a doctor working,
I get lost.
employed by the
Oh.
Alistars, at least. We don't know who he was exactly.
Yeah.
Now they must,
I
Well-
blame Hoaxes.
they must assume you have the crown, then, if they were after you.
Okay, so is the crown a physical thing? Like, I'm just.
As I said, Eleazar removed the crown. The crown, some call
Yeah, but-
glory,
but-
and some
but
call
that's like-
judgment. And he removed it from himself. The crown
Someone can,
itself,
like, relinquish their faith, though, and it's not like a physical thing, right? You
well,
see
the
what I mean?
crown
Yeah.
Was it a real
something-
crown?
it was
Literal or
something
figurative?
He wore on its head back in his day, and now,
It was, he said.
well, I assume it's in your possession, right?
No, you said it was broken.
I
you
walk
don't
in a
see me.
circle and look
Can
at
you
my
guys
own
get a crown?
head.
Yeah. You're not wearing a crown. I can
Thank you.
assure you. Yeah, you're
And
welcome.
he
It's
kind
a-
of looks
it's a
at
very
you. He kind of looks
small
at
crown.
you, Dresden, and everything starts to fade to black. Everybody
No, I
starts to melt all around you, and Deus is standing in your mind, and again you start to hear that
Uh-oh.
blade. Shing,
Wait, is it
as you
Deus is there?
start to, and Deus standing outside.
Is he the
as
same
you
guy as
sharpen
before?
This blade, and he looks the same.
No,
He
but the
looks-
last time I was here.
Well, the last time you were here, well, there's a man inside.
Standing next to the red Miata.
Yes. Deus is outside staring at you. And inside that circle of protection where all of your friends are just huddled in is that dark shadowed figure. What's just a dark black shadow with a big, huge grin on its face. And he was holding a
the
crown.
jolly
And he
guy's
was
on the inside?
wearing it around. Yeah, he was inside.
Oh,
And he has
yeah.
that big crown on his head.
Yeah, I got egg on
And
my face.
again-
I remember that now.
He comes and he doesn't seem to see Deus at all. And he looks up at you as you look at him.
Is he on the inside now?
He was always in the inside.
I thought he was on the outside.
No, he was always on the inside with the crown.
My bad. That
Yeah.
changes a lot.
Yeah. And he looks
Cool.
up at you and just gives you a grin and then just starts walking. You can't see any
You've been
eye
behind me this
sockets.
whole time.
You can't see any eye sockets, but he's just has this big grin and he starts to whistle a little tune and walks right next to you.
Copyright free. What does it sound like? Is it a jolly tune? Is it like a a creepy
It's-
what's
it's
the vibe?
Clearly
Is he whistling
meant
a theme
to,
to the Halloween series?
Yeah. It's clearly meant to try and just perturb you. It's like he's watching
it's
you
working.
grab this whetstone, this massive whetstone, and drag it. And you're sweating, and your shoulders are heavy, and your body aches, and he is just
My
standing
knees are
next to you.
weak. My arms
Yeah.
are spaghetti.
And he's just walking,
Gonna kill you.
whistling this tune. Not
And he's on the
blending
inside,
eight,
though.
And he's on the inside, yeah. Just kind of whistling.
Oh, what did he
weaving
say
in and
last
out of the
time?
people.
What do I remember him saying last time?
He-
I
he
really thought
offered
he was
you
on the
the crown.
outside last time.
He offered you the crown while the fire monster, the scary firehead spider monster was burning you
The red
alive.
Miata.
He offered you the crown.
Right.
And he was
Yeah, but
just
what did
talking
he-
about how heavy the weight of keeping everyone safe and being in
Crowns are also
charge.
notoriously heavy, though.
Yeah.
Great, and he's just sort of strolling around on the inside. And anti-Dresden Deus is there.
Deus is just there. It's as if he brought you here to remind you.
Yeah, no, I'm putting that together. I'm dumb,
And he
but
just
I'm not
sits-
super dumb.
But it looks like Deus seems to be very hesitant to move any closer. He stands quite far away, and he's very, very hesitant to go any closer to it.
Why are we here?
You said you didn't know of the crown. I did not know if you've been here before.
I mean, an explanation could have been
That-
like,
That is the crown of judgment,
what?
glory. It's the right to rule.
He is very. Oh no, you're not. I'm not here. He's so judgmental. It makes so much
Yeah.
sense.
Oh, and
With that crown, you could pass judgment on any thing, being. You might lose yourself in the process, not being Elazar the Deathless, but
will I collapse?
when you collapse, I don't know.
Nothing. No, never mind. It was a brain fart.
That's the
I could
very
lose my.
crown we need to fill with the
What do you mean-
different
what do you mean-
aspects- The different aspects of
Phil.
Elazar that we want to awaken him with.
Do we want to awaken him?
Well, he's going
You
to
said it would be
awaken-
bad.
well, he's going to
So
awaken.
you said okay,
either way.
okay. I put the okay. Level with me.
And
I'm like, everyone inside the circle, stay inside the circle. There's no sharpening zone at this point in time. He's going to awake, so we need to awaken him in the way that we desire. Is that what you're driving at?
And then all that black just kind of shoo, and you
I
hear
should've
the
put the sound
sounds
down.
of everyone eating and eating everything. And he looks at you. He's going to awaken either way. I
Okay.
think it best we awaken him to his best self.
That sounds good.
One that
But
could
why-
live in the gray, not forced into black and whites. You see what I'm saying? The things that
Yeah.
drove him mad need to be
And he hasn't done any personal growth in this entire time on his own.
Well, I haven't met the other primal aspects.
How many are there?
Which
My
raises a
others.
question. Because if we're going to reconstitute Elazar as his best self, don't we need to know a lot about these other 9 people to know who his best self would be?
Right?
I would say so. And
Okay.
that's why I've called you here.
Ah,
I
Okay.
can't leave this realm.
Well, no,
Not
hold
for
up.
long.
You
Okay.
called us. 1 second. You called us here for Pup. I'm starting to feel like you called us here for Pup, but actually you're calling us here to use our friend Dresden for some reason that I don't fully understand, obviously, but it doesn't sound great to me. So I'm a little concerned.
Well,
I
Pup is
mean-
a very big part of this puzzle. You see,
I have a question.
yes,
What's a serenity?
Serenity.
Yeah. Because you said that
Serenity-
you were trying to protect me from. Did you say you were trying to protect me from serenity? Is that what you said?
Yes. Tell us about Serenity now.
Serenity is the 7 aspects of the living world. Elazar, who was the crown. Espec May, the watcher. Melodram. Elirba. Mons, Zess, and Cadix.
you got a book on this that we could read?
What
Or-
what
yeah.
they
I
what
feel like
Maybe
you're
a
just making up
pamphlet?
words.
Yeah, just like a
They're the 7
long pamphlet.
watchers. Maybe the only ones who have lived as long as Elazar.
Okay. Okay.
Is
They
that
had taken upon
who I
themselves
see? When I look up?
to watch over the world. Well, Elazar started to decline. He created a council of sorts, of other beings of great power and mystery, to watch over the world. And when he split himself, they were all that was left. Elazar being the very connection to the spirits themselves. There is much from this world that has been lost. Many connections
Clearly.
gone. I should warn you.
Yeah.
These shattered realms, full of fantastical and terrifying things, creatures, beings, magics that Aventide hasn't seen in millennia.
But why do you think? Why is he coming back? Why now? And is anyone forcing that, or is he just waking up because it's been so long? What's going on?
Elazar grows in power every day, whether he wants to or not. Part of his curse, even asleep, Elazar grows in power. So while he put himself into this slumber, and while some beings claim that they are holding him in stasis, keeping him asleep, there's literally nothing they can do, at least in the long term, to keep him that way. He will awaken. And I fear that when he does, there will be nothing anyone can do to stop him.
And what does he do with this power? I mean, if it keeps growing, how does he release this power, or what is he going to do with it? Do you know? Like rule
That
the
I don't know.
world?
Um, I have a question.
Yes.
For him to come back, do I have to die?
You?
Yeah.
Of course not.
No?
You are his pride and joy.
Good news for you, pup.
You are,
I think
I guess you could say, the aspect of love he had left.
I met him.
You met him.
I think he's the one who sent Hocus away.
That's well within his purview.
But he told me that we would not meet again.
Well, that version
Well-
of him, maybe not. I mean, after he wakes, he will not be the same man that he was. The Elazar from the Age of Adventure, that man will never exist again. He has been changed, warped, drained.
We
You have a
actually,
friend,
he had.
Camden, on your board, in your stead.
Yeah.
He was touched by a ring of chaos, I was told.
He
While
was.
he's still the same physical being he was, Camden will never be the same person. That version of Camden is dead, for lack of a better word. Right?
So what's left?
Well, just as new generations pop up, Camden is a new man, free to forge himself into a new being. Until he returns to the Source Heart, of course, like most of us will.
It's better than being dead, I guess.
I have another question.
Yes.
You said that these woods are not supposed to be on this world? Is that what you said? How many
Yes.
worlds are there?
I don't know. I know there are at least 10, and there are smaller realms. Shattered pockets of sorts that are popping up more and more. It's even amazing, Dresden, you were on Aventide at all. Many thrown into, I don't know, the many different weavings of realms.
Why is that remarkable?
Well, the chances that you would be touched on the thousands of different worlds to be warped in the way you were on this one, the chances of that are infinitesimally small.
So does that mean the other things that we might need to bring him back sane might not be here as well?
Well, at least the primitive aspects certainly are not on Aventide. Well, not on what we know today to be Aventide. What I'm
Deus
asking
would
you
not
to
that.
do,
Yeah, I mean, you're here. Is this not Aventide?
well, it's technically not. You walked through the mist, and I spared you, at least, the shocking realizations, and I try not to remove too much, and as I said, this realm is an anomaly, connected loosely. As you saw, there was a shattered gate in my stead that heads to Lutheran's realm. You saw that crack in the middle of Bluthheim. That one, and 8 more of it like exist in Aventide, connecting the different realms. Now they are hidden, and this is why I called you Puppetrax, as far as I know, I have no means of opening it, but I think you just might. Your connection to Elazar, you being his child, our child. He looks to you, Dresden. I think you are the key. Now, I think the Alistar family, searching for the crown of judgment, misplaced, thinking you, pup, are the one who are in possession of this, when In a strange turn of fate, Dresden, you. Interesting choice for Elazar. But I shall not doubt his will.
So,
How do
You
we
brought-
find him?
what are we doing?
Well, it looks
I'm
like
having a really hard time understanding what's happening here because you told me to come here to protect from Serenity, but I still don't even know what that means. And now I have like a million dads that are broken apart or something like that, and I just don't understand what's happening. And you need me to do something, but why are we even doing it in the first place? I don't understand what we are doing here, and then I just can.
Serenity! They're charged with
Proceed.
protecting the living world, right? All aspects of life. From our spirituality down to the very grounding that holds us here. Many of those would see unfit to awake Elazar, even though his coming is almost assured. I brought you here because they are prying eyes, and they see most of what happens on Aventide. But here, they have no eyes here. As you can see, Puppetrix, when you look up into the source, they are not here. They are not following you. Which is one of the reasons I cannot leave this realm, as I am in much greater danger out there, especially with Serenity. Their goals and mine do not align.
So, it seems to me what you're asking of us is to track down the parts of Elazar, the good parts, through these rifts, and bring them together so we can resurrect him as
A little more selective. He has good ones he likes and bad ones he doesn't like. They have to get rid of possibly.
Yeah, good for you, Dresden.
You made the good list.
Yeah.
Good for you. Congrats.
And Dresden
Maybe.
seems
He
like
may have
you
just
are-
defaulted.
You are the aspect of judgment, possibly. So I will
Okay,
leave,
great.
I'd say that sounds about right.
leave this to you.
Makes sense.
I leave his revival in your hands. I have been disconnected from the world
In like
for many
our
years.
hands or in my hands.
Well, I
Be
see no one
specific.
else who can carry this burden that you've carried for all your life.
I see plenty of hands around me that can help. So, you want us to track down the good parts and bring them together, and bring them back, right?
Seal
As a
away the
broken
bad
man.
parts.
And seal away the bad parts.
Seal away, not kill, because deathless.
Well, yes.
It's in the name.
The primitive
How do we do
aspects
that?
cannot be killed.
Yeah, and if you could seal them away, why didn't anyone do that before? When he
Well, no, they
split himself?
can't. Pup's the key to sealing them away. I'm guessing, right?
Hmm. Ah,
Well,
ooh.
Pup is the key to moving between realms.
How do you seal?
Good job,
How do you
Pup.
seal a realm then?
Well, you have to take the aspect of Elazar. It may take many
Oh.
different forms. But the crown should bind them.
To take it? What do you mean? So wait. So you want us to seal the bad ones away by taking them out of the realm?
No.
How does that work?
The aspect. The aspect can come in many forms. Such as mine. That chair outside is the aspect of Elazar that holds me here. Should you take
Oh, it's
that
a
chair
physical thing.
and seal it inside you, I would be powerless to stop you.
How does one seal a chair inside themselves?
Do they
Well,
eat it?
It is the essence of the chair. It takes many physical forms.
So you lick it?
Mate, this is really weird. Pretend like we're like 5-year-olds.
each aspect of Elazar, a different piece of him, has come to a different understanding of what their connection to him is. His throne is my connection to him.
What's his connection?
Who? Dresden.
Yeah.
I
Dresden.
have a name.
Dresden is connected through the crown.
Right.
Will the rift go away after we consume?
I have no idea.
what?
I've never gone to the other realms before. I know little
So-
more than they exist.
What's the name of the guy who knew us at the confluence?
That's the archivist. Oh, no, sorry, Bartholomew Thunderstock.
Yeah.
So we met this guy, Bart, and he knew us from way then that wasn't now.
From the
From
future.
forwards then that's not now. Yeah. So how does that fit in with this? Because I know there's different worlds, but did he know us from different worlds? Or did he know us from this world just at a different time?
That's a possibility. I don't know. This is Bartholomew.
Wait, which one?
Anything you said, I don't know. I've never met
Okay.
Bartholomew. I don't know where he's from, and I don't know what he told you. Unfortunately, I don't have all the answers. What I do know for sure is we don't have very long. A few
Of course,
years
yeah,
at max.
What if these other Dresdens don't want to go? Are they are as shocked as our Dresden that this is even happening and they don't believe it?
Well, I assume you'll either have to be persuasive one way or the other.
We take him back
I
here.
was almost
And you
assured
can
that
tell
the
'em.
Deathless would not go quietly.
Hmm.
Especially if their disposition is to not be amenable.
Oh.
And you
You'll
said
have
we have years. You said, right? That's our timetable. Years still.
Well, I would estimate years. But when the seals holding Elazar start to break down, you can be sure they'll break quickly.
Right. And we have to do this now. All right.
One more pertinent question for you. Caravella Town,
Mhm.
probably heard of it. They send 5 people every few years here to try to find you.
Yes. Luthen.
Oh, to try to find Luthen.
Well,
Or does Luthen
Luthen.
send him?
Luthen has his own means of manipulating Aventide.
Mm.
He has had his clutches in in Caravella Town for millennia.
Is he the mayor?
And he sends them after me, as I hope to send you.
Wait, Luthen
After
is
him.
here? I thought he was in a different
Yeah.
dimension. I'm so confused.
He has no problem traveling between dimensions, but you can't travel between dimensions? That seems
Luthen-
kind of weird.
Very
Luthen
confusing.
himself is through that shattered gate in the middle of
Yeah.
my town. That is the entryway
Yeah.
to Luthen's realm. Now,
Mhm.
he cannot leave the realm, but that is not the only way to influence people.
Okay. All that aside, because that's fine. What do you do
Well,
with
no,
the
it's
people who come every 5 years? What do you do with them? Because there's a bunch of skeletons out there, and I'm wondering.
He
if
said
that's
he
your
gives
doing?
them peace. He said he gives them peace. That's
Like
what he
turning them
said.
into skeleton people. Yes, very
Trying to-
peaceful.
Yep, Rezik, you're right on it, right on the money there.
Look,
What do
their
you do with them?
undying faith makes them a liability.
Uh huh.
I take that from them. I give them
Uh-huh.
peace.
Yes.
I give
Basically,
them-
Undying
this-
faith
this-
in what? The human
this-
experience?
No, this chap does not like people that have faith in Mayan for some reason, which is interesting. And wants to get rid of the Mayan aspect, or the religious zealot aspect of
I
Elazar.
don't mind
some
Right on it.
faith in mine, but blind faith not to doubt
That's
those things around you, the word of those
They're not one and the same.
above you.
Doesn't all faith have to be blind faith?
Well, from a certain point of view, I guess so.
I don't understand still. This doesn't make any sense because you're saying that the man whose rift lives right here in your city is sending people to your city to attack you when he's already here in your city.
Well, his gateway is here.
Do you have
Why is he
like
sending-
a Spark Notes or a PowerPoint presentation or something to just break this down real nice?
Obviously, you two are rivals. Is that what I'm getting here? Is that you both hate each other?
Seems pretty clear.
Why does he hate you?
You could say that. Well,
Well, he's trying to kill him,
Luthen
obviously.
is a man of unbridled faith. As you
Understood?
His world is black and white. This is an aspect.
And he hates you because...
Well, because I challenge his faith. I challenge
Right.
the world around us.
So your shades of gray include turning people into skeletons forever and removing their faith.
Their unbridled faith, yes.
And you want us to work for you now and go after this other guy
Not
who's
work for
very
me.
faith...
Work for Dresden.
Well, I mean,
Dresden,
we're going to go
your
because you're telling us to go
judgment.
there, so...
Dresden, should you judge that I be sealed away, that would be your purview. That would be within your hands. I have given you the key to sealing me away.
I just gotta accept that crown.
Well, I would not.
You don't
wear
have to
the
do
crown.
anything you don't want to. I don't know why we're listening to this man we just met, like an hour ago.
You always say that, Rez.
It's true.
Yeah, but I mean,
you all believe
He's got a
people
good
you
point.
meet- You all believe
Especially
people you
this
meet
time.
like literally immediately every time. and
Yeah.
I never understand why, honestly.
Yeah, let's be honest. This guy right here, no offense, is trying to tell us that we need to go after this other dude who's pretty much the same guy in a rift, who's bringing other people here, and this guy's turning people into skeletons, and that person's bringing the people over here to turn them into skeletons, and it all seems like maybe you're all bad. Maybe...
Maybe we are.
It's just my impression. I don't know.
leave that-
That's
I
just where
leave
I'm coming
that
from.
I have a
But
question.
You people of the world of Aventide, it is your world
Hmm.
that will disappear. If Dresden if Elazar awakens, if Elazar awakens and destroys all and returns it to the Source Heart, the very life you live, everything will essentially.
I think Pup has a
Then wouldn't we be
cease to
around to not
exist.
notice it? I mean, if he
Cease
gets rid of
to
everyone and everything, then...
exist. It may restart.
Pup.
Who knows?
Let Pup go. They're gonna explode. Go ahead.
Oh, I do
Yes.
have a bathroom.
Puppet
We-
Trace.
Are you not asking us to have blind faith in what you're telling us?
No, I'm choosing. I want you to judge for yourselves what you think is good or bad, evil.
Yes, he wants
Good.
Dresden to judge him right now. Does Dresden have to put the crown on in order to start judging people? Is that part of the deal?
No, I should hope he shouldn't. That
I
crown.
mean, if you ask trust,
comes
I've been
with-
doing it all along.
Yeah, he's good.
The
I mean-
weight
Very
of that
good at it.
crown. You look strong, Dresden, but I don't know that you could wear the crown. Now,
Good.
you may be able to use the crown to hold
How do we do that?
aspects. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's not
So he has to
my-
use the crown in order to do it. So
But I would not wear it unless
Yeah, it's great.
you were in dire circumstances.
Well, let's hope that
And-
doesn't happen.
What you're
Can we have a-
saying is that if we don't do anything about this, he will come back no matter what and just destroy the world to get rid of all of it. He's return the entire world to the Source Heart. That's what you're saying?
I
Just to
assume so.
clarify.
I
Is
couldn't
that
tell
all
for
of the
sure.
worlds? Is that all of
Assuming
the-
really makes an ass out of you and me, mate.
Well,
You don't got facts?
he shattered the world once, and that was when he still had his mind. Now, he has nothing to keep him tied to
I
humanity.
thought everyone liked his rule. He shattered it? Oh, man. I didn't go to school. I don't know the history.
Well, he's saying that I guess thousands of years ago, Elazar went mad and he shattered himself along with the entire world, creating what is now Aventide and the 10 aspects of himself, including Dresden, who was the 11th, I guess.
Or one of
I don't know.
hundreds, depending
This
on
is
how
a
you're
lot
thinking
to
about
take
it.
in.
Yeah.
Believe me if you want. Doubt me if you want. That is your choice.
Is there a way for us to talk to the other guy and see his thoughts on it all without us
Listen.
getting killed in the process?
That's what this guy wants us to do.
Once you
Yeah,
go
but I'm
into
worried
Luthen's
about that.
realm, I cannot protect you. You would be at his whim.
But it sounds like Dresden can do him in if he wants. Like
Well, if
you
can
saying he could do to
find
you.
the aspect that binds him into the
Oh.
realm.
How do we
Is there
find
a-
those?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is there a realm with
I don't have any
no
answers.
Mayan and no Deathless?
No Mayan. No Deathless. There might be. A shattered fragment that took no power of his with it. Most surely exists somewhere.
Is that Pup? But no, Pup is separate from all of the shattering and the peoples and the.
No, Pup was created
False.
by the people that was shattered eventually.
Pup is a creation outside of existence. If that makes any sense. An anomaly.
Sure.
Pup, you
Yeah.
should not exist. You have
That makes a
nothing
certain amount of sense.
binding
I mean,
to the world, and yet you exist, and you carry Elazar's hopes, dreams, and his very heart with you, wherever you go.
would explain the bubbly effervescence.
I shouldn't exist.
Well, from certain points of view, but maybe you're the only one who should exist. From another, if we all return to the Source Heart, you and the other Seraphim might be left to run the world, the universe, the stars, how you will. I don't have these answers. So
I
it's
have
up
to
you.
ask, how did you know that Dresden had the crown then, if you can't tell where the aspects are?
I could see it in him. I could see the crown around your head, wisping, begging for power, asking for glory, nipping at the back of your mind. All of us can feel it, the deathless.
Sure. Yeah,
Drawn
but how
to
did you
it.
find him in the entire world? How did you find him?
Well,
Worlds.
I wasn't looking for Dresden. I was
Worlds,
looking
sorry.
for
Kellwise, you're right.
Pup.
Worlds.
I was looking for Pup, and it seems fate has bound Pup and Dresden, and you, Rezek, and you, Trust, and you, Cornelia,
Sure.
and most assuredly you, Kellwise.
Seems
And
like
you
he's
were-
got you there, Rez.
You were seeking... Yes, let's give props to the man we just barely know. Yes, but... so you were trying to find Pup
Looks
in order
trustworthy.
to do what? You were trying to find Pup so you could go to the other world yourself?
I cannot go, no.
So what would Pup do for you if you found Pup?
Well, at first, I just wanted to protect Pup from Serenity. I don't know what their plans are for them. Here, at least, Pup is safe. I can assure that they cannot come here and harm you.
Well, we're
What?
not leaving Pup here.
Well, I wanted to prepare you for the outside world. Now, I don't know what Serenity's plans are for Aventide. I can only tell you to beware, be careful. They are very powerful aspects of humanity, as we are the broken parts of Elazar's humanity.
Right. Well, I think we need to have a little bit of a team huddle, right? Little talk. Because a lot of information was just kind of expelled onto us, and now my world is shattered. I've seen so many things in the last few months. I was a man of I love reading books and learning, and everything I've learned is just hogwash. It's just all whatever. So let's have a chat about what we're going to do now that we know this information.
Well, if you'd like to retire, I have made up chambers for all of you upstairs. Feel free to use them as you will.
What about the people outside who want to kill you? Sorry, Luthen.
People outside.
Yeah, the 5 people
The
that are still
5.
outside.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do not worry about them. I have.
No, that's I am worried about them. That's the whole thing. Is
You're worried
I think
about
you're
them.
gonna
In
make
what
them
way?
into skeletons, and I want them to have beds too, like we're getting, and being able to retire and enjoy this feast because that's what good people do.
All right. I shall see them released from their confines.
So
They're
you're
already
locking up?
captured?
They were captured before they even walked into my realm.
Explain.
We were with them. How?
In my
Oh,
realm,
and so you-
there is nothing and no one who can stop me, should I choose them. The act of walking into my realm seals your fate.
That makes sense, I suppose, to a
Yeah,
certain
maybe
point.
don't test him on that one.
Yeah. I mean, it makes me worried personally, and a little confused, and maybe a little happy that we're still here. But
You have nothing to fear from me. I assure you.
Okay.
Except more info dumps.
yeah. So you're gonna release them then, and you're gonna
I will
let them
release
go.
immediately.
Of course. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciated.
They have one of my things. It's a flower that is made of gold. If you can get it back, that'll be great.
They stole one of your possessions.
It was
Oh.
an accident. I dropped it when Giant was chasing us, and
Well, then I will send them up.
oh, never.
your rooms.
Okay. Thanks.
He looks like a reasonable guy.
Yeah, no. See, I'm not liking that either because I'm pretty sure, again, being that they're now imprisoned by you, if you then let them in to find us, they're going to think that we're with you, and
Yeah.
then they're going to want to attack us. It's just simple
Can we maybe
causality.
Can
Yeah.
we maybe meet them to make sure they're released, like by the gate or something?
Sure. We are underneath the castle as we speak.
That's where the dungeon is. Because good people have dungeons, right? Am I right?
Oh,
Right.
He said
Some
he
do.
wasn't good. He said what is good. So
Yeah.
I think you're a little misguided there, Kelwise. He's not trying to be
Well,
good.
Yeah, I think.
It's all right.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, good people
that's
can
true.
have prisons
Fair point.
too. Let's be honest.
Okay.
Why couldn't-
Um.
I'm just why couldn't I see the crown? If I'm supposed to be outside, if I'm supposed to be a key, if I'm supposed to be
Well, you can see the source because you're outside. Right?
sure.
And legend has it there were many beings outside of the source before, well before Elazar's time. We assume Mayan and Pandarus were two of those beings outside of the source heart, though they're little more than stories nowadays. But the crown itself is the embodiment of the heart itself. Maybe you cannot see it because it is embedded so deeply into this world that you are not a part of.
But neither are you.
Me?
I thought. So how come you saw
I
it?
am made from the very source itself. Elazar himself may be tied deeper to the source heart than anyone else.
Okay.
So then, if Elazar dies, everything goes away. But if Elazar becomes whole again, he might also get rid of everything. So is it a catch-22?
I mean, I like those odds, though, right? Like, one's
Yeah.
for sure, and the other's like a, eh.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Is there something in between? Can we prolong him coming out, waking up? I
I
guess
do not
you
know of a
said
way.
no. People are trying to. Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen sooner or later. If we have agency in the matter now, shouldn't we utilize it? Otherwise, we're just passing the buck on to future generations, no?
This guy is. I mean, that's up to you. You're wearing the crown.
Don't you forget it.
Wait,
Very jealous.
I just realized something. If I was made by Alizar, and you are so old that numbers don't exist, how old am I?
I don't know. Papa Trex, you've existed many different times and many forms. You were created before I was.
What?
That's a lot of fives.
Yeah. That's why you're so smart, pup.
No. I'm wise enough to know that I'm not smart.
Do you
Oh,
know
no, you're
why
pretty smart
they
sometimes.
wouldn't have a memory of any of it? Why they wouldn't remember anything? Do you know?
I can honestly say my knowledge of the Seraphim merely extends to their existence and nothing more.
You said there was one other. Where can we find the other one that you've known?
A distant memory. Elazar himself met one of the Seraphim, which was how he created Pup.
Like a
Wait,
clone?
like created or like created?
I don't know. I mean, this was before I existed. You have to remember, I have fragments of his memories, but
Do
my
you
true
know,
consciousness didn't exist
Justin?
until.
Why no?
Do I know?
No, Dresden.
Oh, Dresden.
No.
No, Dresden, you don't have any memories of
Yeah, I
any
know.
other lifetime.
Yeah, I know. I'm a guy.
Yeah, I knew this man in the city, and I thought he had a family and was a normal dude, but now apparently he's a god. Yeah.
Well,
So that happened.
Not a
I
god,
don't buy it.
just the one chosen to judge, a man.
Sorry, the chosen one. My bad.
Listen, you
I can come to terms with that more easily, though. That's you
Oh,
know.
look at his head getting bigger. Right
the
there.
thing we may
Oh, boy.
disagree on the most with
Oh,
Serenity and
goodness.
myself is that I choose to believe that Dresden, being a man of Aventide, will have the best chance at judging fairly and justly, where Serenity tends to find their own opinions to be superior, though not living with the people and among the people. You see?
Makes
Right,
a
yes.
certain amount of
From
sense.
afar. Whereas Dresden, you have experienced humanity at its best and at its worst.
I do have to ask though, what
In
does
your group?
Hoaxes have to do with all of this? Is Hoaxes a watcher?
Hoaxes. Well, Hoaxes is
Good question.
a vestige from the past as well. Do you know of the Snorlings?
Smallings?
Snorlings, dreamlings,
Snorlings.
sleeplings, they've been called many different things. You've
Like
met
a stormling?
the Stormlings, yes. They're all like you, pup. They're vestiges of the elements that make this world. They're little pieces of the world itself, given human form. Well, demi-human form at least. And they wander around, and one such vestige are the hopes, the dreams that we all express. And the snorlings, the dreamlings themselves, are bits of those hopes and dreams. They are striving for greater, bigger, and better things. Now, well, they are usually harmless, dreaming of bigger and better days. Sometimes, under the right circumstances, these beings, especially the dreamlings, can be very, very powerful, such as hoaxes.
Well, I mean, we've met a lot of these lings, the stormlings, azurelings, but they don't. This one seems more conniving. It actually like seemed to have planned and worked with the Alistars and with the city to do horrible things at the pit. Is that a typical thing for these dreamlings or whatever they're called?
It is certainly within the realm of possibilities. How much core has this being absorbed into
That's all it does all day is just
itself?
snack on coal, so probably a lot.
So it is no doubt corrupted. But that could happen to anyone. Core itself is a interesting material. Did not exist before Elazar broke the world. I assume it's fragments or lost power or something of the world trying to reconnect or being manipulated by the breaking of the world.
Interesting.
The very power of the Source Heart itself embodied.
Can I go to bed? My head hurts from all this information.
Yes. I will let you retire. And I will send up the 5 to your chambers.
And on mine.
Can we meet him on like neutral ground again? Just so we don't get attacked.
Or maybe
Sure.
just release. Make sure.
I will send them into
Yeah, I
the
mean,
hall.
I'd rather them be sent home
Yeah.
with a nice care package. And
Do you think they'll just
Well,
leave though?
unfortunately,
Basket of jam.
I cannot allow them to leave.
They're
but
gonna
why?
murder us if they see us. 'Cause
Yeah.
they
And you,
after you.
or they're gonna try.
They can try, and that is exactly why they cannot leave. They
Yeah,
know too
but-
much of this place. Would you hand your enemies the answers to all your weaknesses?
Speaking from experience, this group, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Can you like reason with them and tell them the truth and send them back with more knowledge that
The
this
truth?
isn't a bad place?
No.
Or somewhat?
I think the less that know the truth, the better. I don't want to tell the world that Elazar is about to come and destroy their very existence. I would send
Wow.
Aventide into chaos.
I mean, these folks don't really know a lot. They just kind of ran through your woods trying not to die. I don't think they were looking at any valuable
yeah, I mean, let's be
documents
honest.
or anything.
We asked them a lot about why they're here, and they didn't have any answers. So I think they're about as clueless as they come.
Well, as I said, Luthen is feeding them from his side.
Hmm?
And I don't
So you
know
say.
what he's told them or what they actually know. I planned to find out.
How?
Torture.
How? Well, by any means necessary.
We should know from the other people.
I
who've
mean,
been
yeah.
Sent here.
It's not like a new thing, you know. Dozens, if not hundreds, of people have been sent here.
Well, it doesn't hurt to be precautious.
This is maybe stepping a bit too far, and I really wanted to talk to the group, but I do have to ask before we leave. These fellows around you, the ones that kind of see you as, I guess, a ruler or a leader, the wolf people here, how did you come to meet them? Were they always
The
buddies?
Nightmare Kin. Well, you see, the Savage Lands were their realm.
the Nightmare Kin? That's a very positive name.
Yeah.
Nightmare Kin.
Well, the Nightmare
Should you name
Kin
them, or?
were from the Savage Lands here before it was shattered.
Mm-hmm.
And I fear that I have robbed them of their home. unfortunately, but it is a necessary evil to secure myself here. And I sent most of them out into the world to live their own lives. Those
Yeah.
that stay here do so willingly.
Cool.
Hmm.
Sounds all good in the
Believable.
hood. So
Yeah.
we'll just retire. It was good talking to you, meeting you. Thanks for the hospitality. And I'm just gonna start
Absolutely.
walking and wherever direction I assume we're gonna be sleeping at.
He pointed off
And maybe
into a
he'll
doorway.
direct me somewhere else
There was a
later.
doorway where there was like a stairwell.
Over there. Okay.
that-
Over. Right.
I'm taking a couple of plates with food on them.
Absolutely.
The
That's not a
gold,
bad idea.
gold ones. The gold ones.
Is there a dessert coming out at any point?
There's desserts on the side buffets. There are dessert trays.
Is there
Grab
room
some.
service? Or... Is this
They have
food going
a-
to be here all night?
Yeah, and
The
more
donut
importantly, who's the
station,
chef?
churro section.
I mean, this is pretty good food. Do you have like a team of chefs, or is this just like one person in the kitchen whipping it
I
up?
think
all
you want to
day,
know the
or-
answer.
What did you? Where'd you get all the food? Because it was all dead things outside. I'm just
It's probably
observation.
skeleton boys cooking this stuff
Yeah.
up.
Skele
This
boys.
is my
Is this-
doing. This is my treat to you.
You're the chef.
Thank you.
Well, not by the traditional means.
Okay, that doesn't help, but okay.
What's
Well, compliments to the chef.
Yeah, I mean it was delicious. I hope I don't die later. Thank you.
What does not by the traditional means mean?
is this
I
human?
used
Are
powers
we eating
from-
human?
What? No, this is not human.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh, yeah, he just used power to make it. It's fine.
Ancient magics.
He's not into the elbow grease. That's
Oh,
fine.
ancient
Whatever.
magics, long lost to your world.
That is like
Make
the
such
least
things.
of the troubling things we've heard this evening. That the man didn't cook us himself physically. I'm not trying to cut him
It would be
extra. I
terribly
shout extra
time-consuming.
slack or anything, but
Though, time is not necessarily a non-luxury here. Well, I will leave you.
Thanks.
a double negative. So time is of the essence, is what he's saying. I got there. Good night.
Will we be
Good night.
able to like walk around the castle and explore?
Sure. My home is open to you.
Right. Thanks.
And he stands, and he starts to walk around the table, and Pup, he stops and puts just a hand on your shoulder. It gives you like just a tiniest little squeeze on your shoulder, and then walks off, still with his goblet, the golden goblet in his hand.
Did he eat at all, or did he just talk and
He
drink?
just drank.
Okay.
Well,
Hmm.
what do we say? Pop up to bed? Talk to each other?
Maybe
out how
it'll
much
make more sense in the
We're freaking
morning.
out.
I'm not sleeping alone.
I'm not sure it will make more sense in the morning.
Well, way to
Boy.
be negative about it.
It was a lot. It was a lot of information.
Let's head up.
All right.
Maybe when we wake up, we'll have a, bullet points at the foot of our bed.
Maybe.
All right. Well, you guys all head up the stairway. This wide, really old wooden staircase, and as you step up it, it creaks with every step, and you notice in here, there's like dust and cobwebs, old, almost calcified cobwebs as you step up these steps and you open the doors to this large chamber with small doorways off to either side. A sort of a greeting room with a large table in the center. An old, it looks like, fire pit. and like a hood that seems to lead outside that blows the smoke out. This old, almost like a lodge area with bedrooms on the either sides. And that is probably where we're going to take our mid-game break. Yeah. Mid-game break.
Play.
Jeez, Louise.
Thank you, everyone, for sticking with us.
Jaymes,
We
my
are gonna
head.
go on. We're gonna go on a little break. We're gonna give away some stickers. What sticker are we giving away this week?
Do you have one that's just a giant question mark?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Probably the
Just
ranger.
our heads literally exploding.
Also, I'm really sorry about the
Knowledge.
cricket in my room. That
Is that you?
What is
I was
that?
wondering
Yeah.
what that
What is that?
there's a cricket in here. Yeah.
Wait, is it an actual
is. We're gonna give away
cricket?
this.
Yes.
I love that.
I thought it was a fan. I was
No,
joking when
I
I was
have
like,
not-
"There's a cricket in your room."
No, there's literally a cricket in here. They get in here all
Day
the
just loves
time.
playing like night sounds in the background. It's just it's
Yeah.
very common.
Right.
for
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all I
Soothing
hear.
Ambient noise.
It's
I
perfect
thought
for
you just had a
Halloween.
really shitty window
Yeah.
fan.
One run. Halloween ambiance.
That's
Yeah,
why
yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, "What do you want me to be, a
Love it.
cricket wrangler?"
And I was like, "Saddle up."
Thank you, Elias, for the subscription. Someone attacked the nearest rock. Apparently, in Day's other game, they were like attacking rocks. Thank you
Oh,
guys
nice.
for not
Very good.
attacking rocks in my campaign.
No,
Yep.
just thrones. We're
There
just
was
about
more
to
to
attack
it
a
than
throne.
that, but
big
you
deal.
know.
You had walked. You guys had walked upstairs to that lodge area. There's a fire crackling, sending smoke up that hatch and out to keep the room from filling up with smoke. There's wood crackling on this fire, a small little iron cage around it to keep the embers from flying out, and small little rooms on the side, a dozen or so private rooms on the side. The place is very dusty, though.
Can we get a presto on the dust, maybe, Rezik?
You got it. Presto. I'm gonna just kind of start cleaning off all the dust.
Okay.
No, that's much better.
Yeah, Rezik, you clean off one space, and the dust goes poof out of that space. And then you kind of walk over to the next one, and you're like, oh, God, this is going to fling it. And so you guys see a series of Rezik just sending up dust plumes all up into the air, and they fall down and poof, up in the air. And eventually, you see, as well as he can, he starts to scoot most of the dust into one half, at least, of this lodge.
Is there a broom anywhere?
There
That I
doesn't
can
seem to
help him
be
with?
a broom in here, but there might be one downstairs or maybe in a pantry or something.
I'll go look for a broom.
Okay, so you go downstairs to check out a
I'm gonna
broom.
go with him.
Okay,
I
The
don't
two
want
of you
anyone
head
going
downstairs.
alone.
yeah.
Thanks
What
for
are the
the
rest of
company.
you guys doing upstairs?
Kind of prepping this. Well, I don't know if you all agree, but I think we should all just sleep in this common area and not in separate rooms. Does that sound good, or do you want to all be in different rooms?
It sounds like we're prisoners anyway, I say as I walk downstairs.
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
just depends on how big the rooms are.
Slumber
If we could
party
all
it
be in
is.
one room, it'd be easier.
Yeah, Kelwise and Cornelia, you guys head downstairs, and you see that there's a few doorways. One that leads back into the throne room. One that leads into what looks like a kitchen or servants' kind of quarters. All these rooms covered in dust, with the exception of the dining room. And you see another room that leads to just a long hallway.
Well, servants' quarters, maybe?
I'm following you
Let's check that one first.
as I eyeball
Okay.
all the
So
dangers.
you head downstairs and you look. There's a few islands here. There's a few tables set up, drawers, pantries, and the like. Just
Room
all
in a
kinds of
dustpan?
different- So you guys open a door and then just dust
Oh.
into your face. You close the door and you guys get covered
Booby
in
traps.
those old spider webs that cling to your body still, and dust and stuff, and you're just covered in this stuff. And you open the door and there's a broom covered in dust, but there is a broom. A little stiff, maybe, but there's a broom. No dustpan though.
Oh, well,
Aren't
it's
brooms
only half the
supposed to be
battle,
stiff?
really.
I don't know.
Maybe. Oh, I'll grab the broom anyway. Maybe we can find something else that's suitable as a dustpan. Is there a bucket around? Is there a
Any paper?
pieces of paper? Doubles in a pinch.
Not much else. You do find a bucket, but it's got a big broken hole in it. So you could maybe lay it on its side and use it that way.
Yeah, we'll bring it anyway.
Okay. You find
Maybe
like a
it'll help.
wooden bucket, and then this wood is like splintered and old, but it'll hold for the most part. There's like a metal, an iron like band around it holding it together, and even that iron band is like rusted. Barely holding, but this bucket, it'll probably work for what you want it for.
Is there anything else in the pantry or in the closet?
It looks like there's just like a wooden pole. There's a few like what look like old serving trays. The metal has just been basically rotted away, and the wood itself rotted.
So,
Yes.
just to clarify, we just found out that we are kind of in charge of the fate of the world, and we are doing chores.
Yeah. Well, we have to sleep, and it's dusty, and I'm not going to sleep in a dusty bed.
But
I don't
Rezek
know.
just prestoed it all.
Just wanted
No,
to
you
make
pressed up half of it.
Join us every Monday for exciting
to the other
adventures. in
side.
Aventide.
Every time he does presto, a giant dust plume kind of shoots up, and so
Just wanted to
it kind of just
clarify.
Oh, it just settles back
somewhere.
down.
Not in the
That's why
space
I
he
went with
cleaned, but
Kel-wise.
it goes somewhere. So
Listen,
Yes.
when you receive a lot of information, sometimes you need to do something to kind of just take your mind off of it. And
It's the
doing
little
some
things.
chores
Yeah.
or fishing is a good
Can
way
you like
to do
summon
that.
some
So
water to wash the floors with?
that'd be
Can you do
yeah. Actually, the problem is I can't put it in a bucket, but I guess theoretically I could just make it
Then-
float behind me and bring it upstairs. So yeah, is there a faucet? A well, perhaps, in the kitchen?
there was a well in town.
I'm not walking that far. That's
This is so funny. I thought we were gonna explore.
I'm just
too.
laying down in the dust at this point.
Go.
Yeah, and
All right.
Rezek has cleaned half of this room, and it's like less
Yeah, yeah,
dusty, significantly less dusty. Yeah, but there's still
Making
a little
dust angels.
dust angel.
I spent
And the four of you guys kind of
Yeah, I
sit
spent a good
together.
amount of time kind of like prepping an area for us all to kind of just lay around and just talk in and kind of just, hang out. So, and I put the alarm spell around it. And I'm just going to just kind of just chill there with everybody else.
Okay. Yeah, you guys continue looking for dustpans and such and brooms. The
And
four
other
of you
things.
upstairs. Yes, Cullen?
Oh, just as an aside, if someone in chat could calculate the temperature in Day's room from that cricket, I would greatly appreciate it.
Oh my
Okay.
god!
yeah, seriously. Is that how many cricket? Is that how many per minute, or like how many?
I think
yeah.
so. I think so.
Yeah. It's in the cat. I'm going with 74.
So happy.
In this castle, you guys notice.
Please.
In this castle, with the spiders and such, there's quite a few insects. A small cricket, maybe lodge somewhere. Hard to find, hard to pin down as crickets are, but you guys can hear that chirping in your
Now it's
lodging.
part of the story. See?
And
Good job.
it's nice. It's nice because in this city of death and decay, there is life still, fighting for survival.
Life will find a way.
But I think, did Cornelia want to? Were you trying to ask if you can like actually search for anything of value? Were you just trying to do? Is that what you're like kind of asking for right now?
No, I just want to see what are in these rooms.
Oh.
Yeah, I figured Kelwise wasn't going just for broom. Are you gonna?
I mean, I wanted to clean, but while we're down here, I think we might as
Tell
Just
Liza
going
is
for a
like,
broom.
no, just for the broom. The bucket.
I like wanting to take some peeks in some
Yeah.
of the rooms.
Doing
I
chores
don't-
in D&D.
Doesn't seem like Rezek cleans very
Kelwise
often.
sweeping sticker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to have Mod make us
Domestic.
all new stickers.
It's domestic and dustbins.
Yeah.
That's what D&D stands for.
I love it.
Mystic and dustbins. Perfect. I mean,
So what does our sneaky rogue see in the other rooms, Jaymes?
should we take a look down this
Well,
hallway?
I don't know.
or-
Cornelia,
Is there a
Cornelia,
can of raid down there?
Cornelia, are you going like exploring?
No, I don't want to get in too much time in it. I just want to see what they are, like take a quick peek, because I know that we want to have a conversation, so I don't want to be gone for too long, but I want to see what is
You do you, girl.
This
You
room
do you.
around.
seems
I want to see what I
basically.
can steal.
This room seems
Oh,
like it
Make a
was
steal check.
well
what's
taken
not
care
being
of,
used.
or well cleaned. It's just everything is so very old. It seems like it's a fully stocked kitchen and prep area with all the things that servants would need to serve a noble family. It's just everything is old and worn, rusted.
And then
gnarled.
what about the building though itself, like the rooms? Does it seem like it has always been here, or
No,
like
the
it
stone
was-
itself is masoned stone, brick by brick. This thing was built here
in
somehow
good shape
by
and,
someone.
and it's
It seemed well made, yeah, but again, the stone itself is weathered and old.
yeah. All right.
It doesn't look like people have traveled in here though in a very long time. At
And
least
this
anyone other
area
than
would be-
Deus.
Okay. Is there like a east wing and a west wing, or is it pretty large?
Yeah, it does seem like there's different wings. There would probably be more reception halls and sleeping quarters, probably a whole set of servants' quarters and other rooms and such.
All right, cool.
But
And this-
judging by the amount of dust, it seems like no one else is wandering around here. At least no one who can disturb dust.
Yes. That would be your guess.
Do you think we can summon him? I like look at Dresden and I'm like, what if we just call his name? You think he could get rid of all the dust for us? You're muted.
You need to speak up. We can't hear you.
That's his turn.
No.
I'm gonna try it. Dais? Excuse me, Mr. Dais?
Everyone knows you have
Should
to
I
put
call
an
him Dad?
ah after it. You have to
Dad.
say,
Don't
weird.
call him Dad, please, for goodness sake. No, don't.
Okay,
call him Dad,
I'll
please.
only
Yeah.
call Dresden Dad then.
Oh boy.
I think he's
Pop-Pop?
like. I think Dresden's like a cousin.
I'm gonna call him Pop Pop.
Does he appear?
Great.
No, it doesn't seem like he does.
Worth a shot.
I mean, man.
Okay, so we're
he-
just
he couldn't
concerned
even
about cleaning
touch
this
the
room.
dust. No, I don't think we need to clean the room. I think we're good.
Then, well, should we sleep? Should we decide what we're gonna do? Do we need to like have
Yeah.
a team huddle?
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
sleep right now.
I'm kind of freaking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Kelwise and Cornelia come back up the stairs with a bucket and a hole and a old broom.
And nothing else.
Great job, guys.
Tap tap. Brought this to help.
I also
All right.
brought the pole, the crappy pole that we found in there too.
Okay.
Oh, you brought a bucket and a mop?
I brought a broom and a bucket for the, dust bucket. Your dust bucket. You've never heard. Yeah, you've heard of that, right?
Dust bucket. No, I
Couldn't
appreciate
find any
that. It's
water.
very,
Joke that I was making. Yes, thank you.
really appreciate that, Kelwise. Thank you for trying to clear out a little bit of this dust for us. I have allergies, so I appreciate it.
See, that's what I'm saying. You need to sleep comfortably whenever you can get to sleep.
And we'll need help tonight because I'm going to have the hardest time sleeping, I think, ever. That was a lot of information.
Yeah, that was a
help.
lot.
How are you both doing? Dresden and Pup, it was a lot for you guys, probably.
Oh, by the way, Pup, I grabbed a bunch of dessert for you.
This is the best part of my day.
You see these swirled pastries with this cinnamon glaze and this white cream that
Ooh.
has been drizzled on top, and the whole thing has been like
Got Cinnabon up
maybe dipped in some sort of
Little pecans, pecan sauce.
multicolored sugars, and this sugar itself has just hints of different fruit infused into it.
Oh my god.
Compliments of Castle Cinnabon.
Thank you, Pop Pop.
Oh,
Oh
no.
God.
I'm assuming you're talking about the guy that made it. Wherever he may be.
Nope.
So what do we... Great. Super. So what are we doing, guys? Do we buy this? Riz, you sound very skeptical. I can't help but trust the guy. I mean, he looks super trustworthy.
Of course.
I think that you have made that joke more than 5 times.
Yeah, I know. It's because I don't fucking trust this guy.
I see. You keep making the joke, and it keeps hammering home how not the joke. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I get it. It's opposite land, opposite world.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
I
here's the
have.
thing. No, I was
the
just going to say, every time we've come up against someone incredibly powerful, they've had their own agenda. So we keep that in the back of our minds, right?
Do we think we should ask him why he even cares? Like if the world fragments again, or to remake Elazar? Like, why does he even care? He seems like he's got it pretty good.
Well, I mean, if he comes back crazy and ends the world, he won't have it really good.
Supposedly.
I mean, I'm not sure he really has it all that good right now, though. Like,
I don't know if he
you
cares,
seen
because he
this?
said that we don't have to include him in this, so I don't know if he cares, actually.
I
yeah.
thought he said he would return though and be consumed because that's his duty or his what he needs to do, so.
If Dresden chooses him, because Dresden has the crown, that's what he was saying, that like he's
Yeah.
not even involved in making that choice. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Is that a real thing, Dresden? Do you have a crown or what?
You never saw it?
Can we see it?
Should I?
The whole time we worked together, you never saw it? No, here's the thing.
Oh,
If I'm being honest with you all, I've
right.
hallucinated a few times since we've met. Saw a guy, creepy smile, with a crown, and I was like dragging a lodestone around a city of people that I actually like, which is a very small city. Yeah, the thing offered me a crown. I mean, it kind of checks out with exactly what this guy was saying. He even brought me back to that whatever it is while we were eating. I don't know if you guys saw me go like, but that's what it felt like for a minute there.
Is that not just your face?
Well, no, it is, but you know.
But question, then Elazar is who you saw pop when you first got when you got the music box? Was that Elazar that gave it to you? Is that what we're thinking?
No, I think that was the Watcher, right? Or
When
was
I
that
got my
Elzar?
music box?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you got rid of Hoaxes, was that you said?
Who was that?
Now
You said
that
it was
I
your
know-
dad.
Well, he never said he was my father per se, I don't think. But he did say dearest child, and that he told me
Appropriately vague.
that I was the best thing he ever made, or something like that. And that he said you are the love we have left. So does we mean all of Alistar? Was that Alistar? I don't know.
Is that the editorial?
Because
we?
he kept saying we. That we could give
Well, if
you. So
he's
I don't know who we is.
maybe he was talking about all his fragments.
Maybe.
Yeah. Or maybe Serenity?
Was I made by? Maybe I was made by Alistar in Serenity, but I was more his than anyone else's. Or I don't.
Well, Alistar's the.
Why don't I remember anything?
Elazar. They said Elazar.
Elazar. Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
Elazar.
I put a T in there.
Wait, it's okay. So, Pup, when you saw this person, did they look like Dresden? What do they look like?
They were like, there weren't very many defining facial features or
No,
something.
it
I
was
feel like I
very
remember.
hard to see. There was so much light.
Yeah.
But you do remember he had a crown of light on his head. And he was standing.
remember-
He was sitting on this huge
Suspect.
throne made of light.
Mhm.
And there was this blinding
Look at that.
white behind him that was
Mhm.
almost hugging him with these spectral arms that you kind of could tell were there but couldn't see.
A little cliche, if you ask me.
And what was his message to you? He was
Well,
just
no
saying
one
that
asked
he
you.
created you and that you were special to them? Was there anything else?
Not really, just they said that they hope that the world they abandoned me into was a good one. So I don't know if that was the now me or the then me, because if I really was created by this guy, this was way more than as many as 5s that I've been alive ago. I've been only alive. I only remember the last 4 of 5's years. I don't know how many that is.
But a lot of
And
yes, a lot of fives.
That backs up the multiple worlds thing that he was talking about, right?
Maybe.
I
But
mean,
if
this
I'm
guy's story seems to be checking out. Is all I'm
But
saying.
if I'm out, if I was made outside of fate or what's it called, the source, the
Source
Source
heart.
heart.
source heart. I was gonna say source heart, but I knew that was not the right word.
Yeah, it's not the right one.
If I was
That's
made
totally
outside of
different.
that, then yeah, I know I source fart all the time.
You.
Anyways, sometimes I feel like I was made inside of a source fart instead. But because I was made in that, why don't I remember? I feel like I would, right? Where?
Well, Dresden doesn't remember anything either about any of this.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe somebody did that to you, and maybe.
But
It's about
Dresden was
finding
made
your
from
memories.
the source heart because Alistar's from the source heart. Is the source heart? I'm something
Maybe
totally different.
maybe you've been bouncing around the different fragments of the world, and every time you go to a new one, you lose your memories. I don't know.
That makes
I mean, okay,
That does
a
make
lot
some
of
sense.
info was tossed around, but I mean, the long and short of it is that we need to figure out what we want to do.
Well, I feel like
Oh, I forgot to tell you
It's-
guys he had a crown.
oh,
So that
Okay.
seems kind of important with this whole like crown mantra.
yes,
What did-
definitely.
what did
business
it look
going
like?
on. It was light. Like everything was like bright light. Like blinding. Like you needed sunglasses.
Oh my god. That sounds amazing.
What are sunglasses?
Sounds painful.
You didn't see them at the market?
No,
You're missing out.
I was
They
probably
sound
just
cool.
We
scowling.
walked by like 3 different glasses stands that had them, and they all looked the same. It's really
Wow.
confusing.
I was just thinking about it, and okay, so say this is true, right? We could do 2 things. Like, say it's true. We probably don't want the world to be blasted apart again in fragments, yeah?
Fair.
Yeah.
If it's not true, well, if it's true, if he's lying, what's the worst thing? What do we think he's trying to get us to do? If he's not telling the truth, like
I think he is trying to get us to get rid of the other parts.
That's
So
what
he
it
can
sounds like to
be
me,
the
too.
Prime or something.
right, but we could theoretically get it done and put all the parts back, right?
Like, get rid of him first.
Or none
Dresden
of them.
has
I
all
mean,
the power
yeah.
apparently as the judge, so this dude thinks it's better without some of them. But what if we just put them all back in and
Or
be like, here you go.
what if we put none of them back in and Dresden just takes over?
No, absolutely not. Never.
We're
And
gonna have
also
to-
no.
Force him to do it. That remember he doesn't like to lead, so I'll have to convince them.
But that's your role. You were always talking about, oh, everyone
That's
has their
true.
roles to play.
Shoot from
That's
20
yours.
feet away! Ah.
No, it's 320 feet.
What
Whatever, I don't have a bow! I'm not one of you arrow slingers.
Thank you for listening, Cornelia.
Didn't apply to me.
I don't think we can do either of those options. I don't think there's an option to put all of them back together or an option to not put any of them back together. Because both of those, I think, lead to the end of the world. If we're going to trust the guy downstairs.
Well, you know,
What?
I definitely don't like a religious zealot. They's never been real good that I've seen, but
I mean, it
Mhm.
depending.
What did remind me what multi-limbed arm man? Sorry, I've been up for 2 days straight.
the
Multi-limbed.
booger!
The booger. Thank you. What did he show me? He showed me someone on
He showed you-
a stone plinth surrounded by salt and stuff. Right? What was
Salts
it?
And runes and a bunch of people in cloaks ritualistically chanting around him. And then you saw the Prime Sentinel, Jonathan
My
Gaffney,
general, basically. Yeah.
the general of the entire Commission army, standing in a room talking to someone. And you couldn't make out what he was saying, but he was talking
Right.
to someone, also cloaked in all black. And you looked upon the dais and saw yourself.
Oh. Well, that makes more sense now. Thank you.
Tying some things together.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Captain tying knots over here.
Wait. Is what I saw? I saw like. I'm trying to. Never mind. Anyway, just ignore me. I'm having an actual internal. I need an actual drink.
So the real issue here is we're kind of being forced into a corner because if we go back, Hoaxes is still after Pup. So we have to go forward and do something here. And I don't want to because I don't think this guy is being honest with us, and he's probably lying to us about and has his own agenda. And we don't know what we're even doing, putting a ancient being back together. But
Is Hoaxes even actually like a thing though? Because as far as we know, he's just a dreamling that just did a whole lot of core and is like all crazy now.
Maybe. I
He's
mean,
just a dreamling, just like the Asherlings are Asherlings. He just has a name, but then why does that make him important or special? Does that
here's
make
the
sense,
thing.
like in the whole picture?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I
Okay.
agree.
Does he actually matter?
Maybe he's working for another version of Elazar.
Yeah.
Well, he seemed pretty powerful. I mean, he matters like in that way that he was
Yeah.
just taking people out real easy, like.
not only physically powerful, but also he has like literally like just power in that region. He
Well, so
is
did that elf guy that we met, Archivist. Right?
true.
You think he's possessed somehow? Because I guess, that other one can still send 5 people in here. Like, how is
I
that
don't
still
know.
happening? Who is he
You're the
communicating with?
dreamling. You're the ling whisperer. Why don't you take a stab at it?
Who am I stabbing?
Yeah, ask your husband.
Wow.
Stormlings, Azurlings,
He's
Wild
not
Wildlings.
wildlings. Why don't you go tame a dreamling, Cornelia?
Kate, roll me a d20.
Oh, boy.
No.
My new dice.
The new dice.
Oh my god, my first time rolling my new dice!
Oh my god!
Okay, everybody blowing it? Chat, blowing it? Thanks. I got a 12.
A 12.
Nice.
And
A little harder next time.
I'm assuming your intelligence is
-1.
okay. So you got an 11.
Charisma.
Yeah.
But that's enough. Over a 10. Pup, you remember when you were on the island, Wildling Island, you guys all had those crazy dreams-ish?
Where we were other people.
You were other people. You remember your dream vaguely.
forgot about that.
And you saw a little kid with like a bag full of what looked like feathers, like a pillowcase.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like looking
Oh, yeah.
around, and it was checking out this explorer, and you were this woman laughing, and you were playing with this thing, and this thing would like move a little bit and then take all of its fluffy pillow and just kind of sleep on it, and then would wake up and do it. And it was just looking through all of her stuff until it found the small purple ingot, and that's where the dream had ended.
Ooh, origin story.
That's right.
Yeah.
At the
Damn.
beginning of
Oh, that's
hoaxes?
right.
It's like a Smeagol story. Like,
Guys, I just had the craziest memory that I just remembered.
Bring it
Remember
on!
when we were on the island
yeah.
Yeah,
and we all had those weird dreams?
yeah. I
Uh-huh.
was surfing and sand was coming at me.
Yeah. I remember there was like this little creature who was sleeping a lot and then got into some core, and I'm wondering if maybe that was hoaxes.
So to defeat hoaxes, we just need to
Pillows.
No.
I was gonna say like rehab him and detox him, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
get rid of the
I think
core.
so.
To have to guess the
Interesting.
sleep number. 42.
Yeah.
We'll
What
get him a
the-
little
For the
pillow.
purple
always
bed
the
or something
answer.
like that.
Yeah.
What the hell did the rest of you
Forgot about
fever
that.
dream? I totally forgot about that.
I was almost surfing and there was a wall of sand coming towards me. That's all I remember.
I was a very like strong guy on a horse, I think, with another guy, and we were fighting some big monster. I think.
No, that was Dresden's dream. Rezik, you were
Are you sure?
You had the same dream?
you were in a snowstorm, and you were battling another man, and then these little tiny mini people came out, and you smashed them with an axe.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
So I killed some icelings.
They look like
Maybe.
humans, just tiny.
Oh, okay.
Was it Herniax? Did he
the
steal
abominable Rezik.
Dresden's axe to smash them with?
No,
No, it
I
didn't
like.
look like
I
a
remember that
Herniax.
I literally called somebody like a certain, or I forget what happened exactly, but yeah, I don't think I was Dresden. I don't think.
No, you were in some stormy weather, and the trees were all small there, and you fought another man, and you killed him, and then
Mm,
you bathed in his blood because it was warm
mm.
against the winter, and then you took an axe, and these little small beings, these look like little tiny humans, like 2-inch tall humans, ran at you, and you took this giant axe and started to smash down on them, and then you woke up.
Jeez, Rezik.
I mean, that is a weird dream.
You definitely weren't yourself. This was just...
No wonder Pup didn't recognize the significance of their dream when all of us had fucking fever dreams.
Yeah. I was either a gnome or a halfling, and I was like jumping from tree to tree, laughing, having a good time. And then I almost
What if-
fell, and then I was caught by a freckled haired gnome? Gnome?
Looked like a gnome. Yeah. With like
That's
I don't know.
green, like emerald eyes.
Green emerald eyes.
And freckles.
So watch out for those.
And freckles.
Green
What was-
emerald
what was
freckles.
What was Kelwise's again?
From what I recall, I was, I think, a halfling, and I was climbing stairs. I remember climbing stairs towards something.
Yeah, you had
Hmm.
climbed stairs for what seemed like forever. And you
Long
finally
time.
had reached the top of this, and you were inside this giant, what looked like wooden building, but the building looked carved. And it didn't look like planks. It looked like you were inside a living tree as you climbed up and up and up. And when you almost couldn't climb anymore, you walked out onto this platform at the top of this, what looked like a tree, and you looked up and you saw millions and millions of stars lighting up the sky.
Of bees.
As long as they aren't the ancestors, I'm okay.
Huh.
Still
Well,
hot.
I mean, does any of this sound like it makes sense altogether, or just only Pup's dream make sense to what's going on right now? Because I don't want to like
I mean, none of
theorized
those
forever
other ones
about it,
seem to
Maybe
make much
it
sense.
doesn't make sense at all. Maybe this doesn't matter. Just
Well, Dresden, your
Yeah.
dream, if you.
Here we go.
I
I remember it being
eerily similar to a story you heard in a pub by a
about like
master
Oh.
beings
fabler.
falling from the sky or something like that. Wait, yeah, go. Did it? I didn't even
master-
remember
yeah,
that
no.
dream.
A what?
Yeah.
Go
Well,
on.
I will send transcripts to each of you.
Oh no, yeah,
Some other time.
I've
the
literally been
five,
up for 2 days. Cut me some slack.
no, yeah, the five fought like a big like phoenix or some kind of big creature, and I guess you must have been one of the.
But
one
weren't
of the
there like
five, I
radiants
think.
that fell from the sky, like flying, fighting people or something like that? Am I on drugs?
Well,
Can't
Elazar,
remember. I remember that you
Elazar
were.
took the mast of a ship and fell from the sky and speared this monster. According to the story, he lit this,
Okay.
he lit it on fire and burned the thing to death by pinning it to the ground with the mast of a ship. Is the story he told you? You had seen in
Yeah.
the dream from the ground you were on a horse riding through and this beast was attacking you, and then you looked up in the sky and a meteorite fell out of the sky and attacked this beast.
No mast?
It was impossible to tell from your point of view. It was just this giant ball of flame.
I'll roll for it. Okay, cool.
Because you were still seeing it through like the trees and such too, of the forest.
Yeah.
let's-
And
keep these
tears
in mind.
probably.
Yeah.
Let's keep these in mind. I mean, it sounds like obviously Pups has to do with Hoaxus and yours has to do with Elazar, so I'm sure they all
Yeah.
have to do with something. But
Yeah.
I think we have enough information to think about already, so let's not get too deep into the weeds here. But
Well, more
I guess
importantly,
what I-
yeah, no,
Yeah.
please.
And Fitz also
No, I-
had a dream. Right?
He indeed did.
Shit.
but he is not here.
And
Do you remember what
And he didn't
said?
share it with you.
Okay.
Oh, of course not.
Okay.
But I think more importantly, with all of this crazy amount of information thrown at us, the real question that I want to ask you too is, Dresden, now that you know that you have this crown, do you want to activate it and be part of the situation, or do you want to just stay out of it? It's up to you,
I mean,
not this guy.
I don't know if I have a choice. You know what I mean?
There's always a choice.
If you believe it.
Yeah, but is there though? You know, I mean, if you're given that sort of responsibility,
Yeah,
Sure.
it doesn't seem like you could just give it away.
right? That's my.
So you do believe it.
I mean, either that or someone's just playing a really elaborate prank.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like we need to just figure out, would we rather ignore this and take the chance that it's not true, and the chance that it might happen and we all, is that more or less dangerous than going along with this plan, trying to learn more as we go along, and
Get mixed.
Well,
in
yeah,
with
no,
if it
I
goes
agree, yeah.
awry, we could maybe try and, wiggle our way out of it with the chance that it's a trap. Like, what would we rather
I mean,
risk?
that's-
It being a trap or
We
it
can't
coming
ignore it.
true?
We
I
can't
agree,
ignore
and
it. We have to
I just don't
very-
feel
we
comfortable.
have to
I don't
find
feel
more.
comfortable forcing Dresden to do this. I wanted to just check first, and also Pup is apparently the key. Do you feel okay with this as well? Like, where do you sit right now?
I have no idea. If I'm being honest, I have no. I don't know.
Well,
I know
how
it's a
about,
lot.
do we have to, obviously Pup's not going to be used as a key as soon as we start, right? That seems like an end game kind of thing.
No.
And then,
For us to start, I need to be a key. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm the one who can get us to the portal. Apparently.
Yeah.
I feel like I had a whole life and I didn't know that I had it, and now I just found out that it was taken away or that it's just gone, and I'm very confused.
Maybe the only way to find out what that life was is to do this.
I don't know. Maybe. That's true.
Maybe. Could be. I think we do have to try and at least find out if, as far as we can tell, it is the truth, right?
I mean, we can always abort mission, right? If Pup learns how to take us through to different fragments, then they can help us all get out and back to here if we decide it's a trap.
If that's even possible. I mean, we're not sure what's going to happen if we were to travel through one anyway. There's no guarantee it's the same dimension. There's no guarantee it comes back to the same place.
Do any of us have anything here that's really keeping us here? I don't.
Not me.
I've got my brother. Our boat. Lives we built.
I mean,
I don't have a life
What?
I've built.
Yeah,
This
same.
group is kind of my life I built now.
yeah, it's kind of become that for me too. And I have
that's a
parents, but
commission.
they're fine without me, and my sister's with me now, so I'm down.
I would miss Eric Aradi, but you know.
Fitz.
Fitz,
He's helpless without us.
Camden.
I mean, Camden, same.
My pack. My first pack.
Well, do we have to leave from here right now? Or could we, go back and get the rest of our party and leave with them?
I would not want to put them in any of this.
True.
No. Also, apparently, even entering this place, he says that suddenly your soul is forfeit, and he now is just you're a skeleton because that's just how it is. So
Yeah,
no, I'm not.
He controls
No
you
way.
if you come here.
No, I was saying we would leave, not that they would come here. But yeah, okay.
Well, we'd have to come back. You know.
That's what I'm asking. Do we have to do it from here, or can we do it?
Yeah. Yeah. No,
We
we
have
have
to
to do it
just
here.
go
Yeah.
into the crack. Is that? Oh my god.
You think that we
He's
could have done it
turning
through
us
the
into
confluence?
skeletons.
Maybe.
What'd you say, Pup?
I wonder if we could have done this through the confluence.
I have a feeling it's a different thing. I think that the confluence was, like the archivist said, it's more of a library. This is more of a portal to a different dimension. So I don't think it's the same thing, unfortunately.
Similar in nature, but not in reality.
Got it.
Well,
God, I don't want to do this, but I mean, I don't know what else.
I don't think we can make any judgments on Deus until we know more about the Elazars, the Deathless that are out there necessarily. Now, I don't like this guy, but I think we need to pass judgment on him for now.
Personally, I'm judging him. He's literally like, no, they deserve to be skeletons. I'm like, no, I'm not cool with that. But
I wasn't.
I'm not the judge. Dresden's the judge apparently, so he can decide what to do with this fella.
Doesn't he turn them into skeletons by putting them through that rift, and we're gonna go through it? Or do we know how he's
we don't know that
doing
for sure. Yeah, we don't know that for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he knows how the rift operates either, necessarily. Other than that, it needs a key.
But
Or he says he doesn't know how it operates. I bet he's going to be following us the whole ride. I bet you anything. And at the end of it, he's going to be like, ha ha ha, you did all the work for me, and now I'm going to be the prime anti-Dresden or whatever. I don't know.
He's gonna
wonder-
take control of
So-
Elazar and be the one true deathless Elazar guy. Take all the powers.
So what's the alternative? Just we go home, hope the world doesn't
No,
explode?
I don't think we have a choice. We have to go. But
no,
I
it's
just really
either
never
this
worked
or we
for
deal
me.
with Hoaxus, who used to be really cute, you guys. If my dream really that was Hoaxus, which I think it probably is, he was like so cute.
Well,
But
yeah,
then he
those
ate
things.
corn, and then his eyes turned all red, and then he, just turned into what he is now. But he used to be so small and adorable.
I mean, that's the only thing holding us back from going back. Well, other than knowing that the world could end now, but
Yeah, just casually, world ending.
Yeah. No, I don't think we have a choice, if being honest.
Keep saying we don't have a choice, and then
Because I don't want to do it,
I'm just-
Trust. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go through a portal and attack a bunch or talk to a bunch of weird anti-Dresdens and possibly end the world on accident if we fuck up. So I'm not super stoked about this, unfortunately.
You don't have to, bud.
heard.
I mean,
No one's holding you to this.
you don't have to.
I feel like
You're my family, all of you. I'm going with you, but I just, don't have to like it.
Then quit whining.
Oh, that's just who I am. Like, you're a judgmental person,
Nah,
apparently.
He is.
The chosen
sounds like
one.
you're being the more judgmental one right now, to be honest.
No, I'm not. Nope.
You're being pretty grumpy.
No, I'm not.
Very stubborn, a little bit stubborn as well.
Yeah.
No.
I'm being a little bit of a fart.
Does he have a crown on him? I don't know.
Dresden, didn't that blind guy say that you had to go to Hojo to stop the world from ending? So now we have to go here for the world not to end. We have to stop a lot of worlds from ending.
Joe in another dimension.
I thought that was for me to learn about soul magic.
I don't know. I've been awake.
No,
too
not
long.
Hojo. It was to the other place. The
Moro.
Moro.
Who said that?
Trust you had
The blind guy.
The archivist had told you that you could find the answers to your origins in Hojo.
Caravelta, you talked to a blind man who could see you.
Yeah.
How could you forget that?
Because I've been awake a long time.
Excuse me, my origin story is in Hojo, not Dresden's. Could you get it straight?
That's a good point.
Oh, Joe,
That's
Joe.
right. I'm at a.
Jojo.
Sorry.
I love the Powerpuff Girls. I just miss them so much.
Oh, we don't have a name. I was gonna. Oh, our group doesn't have a name. Okay.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Oh, I guess we are.
Okay.
Ready to go.
You guess. You signed a paper. You're bound.
In game.
Now he's being grumpy.
Okay, James, level with me.
Okay.
What did the blind guy tell me?
The blind guy told you were a deathless, which you've kind of now confirmed. And
Independently confirmed.
he showed you visions of the world on fire and said
Great.
that his group worked to prevent that fate from occurring.
And he's in Morrow Woodtown place.
He's in Moro, yeah, which is a small, well, not so small. It's a desert city on the other side of the Diablo Mountains, near
Hate the desert.
kind of southeast of.
It had to
Capital
be
City.
the desert.
Oh wait, the desert. Snakes. Okay. Great. Yeah, there's a lot of people who told me I'm this deathless thing, so I think it's probably true. When you go to like 6 doctors and they all tell you the same thing, time to write that will. Yeah. And I mean, if I'm being honest, the booger showed me myself on a plinth in like the castle and a bunch of people. I mean, that could be the corpse of Elazar or whatever, you know, or one of the powerful things. I thought when the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, it's like a metaphor. That's me. Like an idiot.
Well, no, not an idiot. How could you possibly know that you are a piece of a shattered remnant of Elazar? That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Here's what's
It's
really
a little
sticking in my
crazy.
craw.
It's a little
I
crazy.
don't get how apparently thousands of years ago, Elazar broke off into 1,000 pieces,
Mm.
and now there's only you and this Deus guy that are the parts of him. But who was the guy that was in all the adventures, all the Elazar adventures? Who was the king of Capital City this entire time? Was he just like sleeping the whole time, and people were just like saying he was the king? Or I don't.
I think that might be exactly the case, yeah.
God.
It seems improbable, a little. But
Which one?
No, the guy's been sleeping the whole time, and I mean, if someone had gone up there and seen Elazar and was like, "Oh yeah, look, there's another one. Oh look, there's a bunch of them."
Well,
I mean, could it have been one of the fragments?
Yeah, because also Dresden's. You just said that you had a dream through. Well, I don't know if it was through Elazar's vision, but the story is that Elazar was there with the 5 when they killed the big flying beast. So maybe this other Elazar that's been the king is actually just a fragment of the actual Elazar, and it's the final one or something we need to get.
Possible.
What if it's the other seraphim?
Oh. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not impossible.
What's a seraphim again?
That's what I am.
Puppets.
Yeah.
They're beings
But why
that
would it look
were
like me?
created. They were created outside of the source heart.
Well, we
So
don't know.
they're
It looks
beings
like you,
whose
right?
origins originated from basically
Wait,
outside.
what
of
thing are we
this
talking about?
universe.
Well, you are a primitive aspect of Elazar, and then Pup is, whatever they're called.
Seraphim.
Seraphim, yes.
What do you mean the other one might be a seraphim? The one on the plinth?
So, no, I'm talking about the one that people have been thinking is
Elazar.
Elazar.
Yeah, on the plinth, on the one that's been
That's the
sleeping.
one on the plinth, and it looks like me. Why would it look like me?
Because Pup can look like you.
Well, that's It's not helpful.
I mean, literally anything's possible. I mean, at this point, we have seen so much.
What if it's a wax figure?
I think I saw it breathe.
What if it's...
I'm here for you.
What if it's clothes stuffed with a bunch of cotton?
Yeah. Just straw shaped into a mouth
Yeah.
and eyes.
Yeah.
Elazar left a straw person in its place to trick everybody.
He's out
like-
there just Buellering it up.
Like when people try to sneak out to put pillows underneath their blankets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
True.
fine with
It's true.
Only the finest of oat wheat.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
wait.
I think we've talked the hell out of this situation. So it sounds like we are deciding to go, right?
Are
That's what we're doing.
leaving. Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
we're deciding to go. I think that we have no other choice.
Kind of.
Seems about right.
We're
I mean, our only two options are either go
going-
through the rift or go back and fight Hoaxus, and we can't do that because Hoaxus is really powerful. So we gotta go.
I mean, we could try,
So-
but
Wait, do
Well,
you
that's
guys
right.
think?
Like Hoaxus is out there, right?
Yeah, he's after Pup, or
Yeah.
after.
Awesome.
Well, we assume it's
Great. How the hell
I
did
know.
Hoaxus find us?
I don't
That's
know.
a great question.
Cool. Another thing we don't
Well,
know.
he didn't.
Nice.
He didn't
Dreams?
find us. He didn't. To be fair, he
Dreams?
didn't find us. He found the Elishtar boat and destroyed
True.
it. We were like down the coast, just watching from afar. So
Now that happened to happen right immediately after we freed Pup.
true, that is accurate.
So whether or not it was a consequence of that happening or was going to happen anyway with Pup on board, we don't know.
Well, there was enough time for him to get word that Pup was on the boat. And I bet he didn't even know. Do you think he even knew about Pup before the pit? And so he's just been following us like we thought the whole time, right?
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
And then maybe wanted to kill Pup before Pup escaped to here
Yeah, I
to
mean,
be the key.
that
yeah.
kind of checks out. Maybe if, because Pup is the key to opening the rifts, if you get rid of the key, then the default Elazar becomes the de facto Elazar. Does that make sense?
Save
Yeah.
the pup, save the world.
Well, because my thinking is after Pup met with the father and the father knocked away Hoaxus, my thinking is that after that happened, Hoaxus was like, I'm going to get Pup, and sent all of their troops after them until finally they were able to kidnap Pup, unfortunately. And yes, that's how we got here.
Well, we're going to have to hope that Hoaxus can't follow us across dimensions. Otherwise,
not without the key. Which I think that the key works the same way that my magic box works. I wonder with the rift. where it repels this magic. You
We should
know?
have it open when we go in.
Yeah. Or.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
That's kind of smart.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And should we go in without even telling? Well, provided we can just waltz right in. Should we tell
Well-
Deus, or should we just go? Because I feel like keeping Deus in the dark seems like a good idea, as much as possible. Whether or not we can even do that, I don't know. He probably can hear everything we're saying right now. Isn't that right?
I
I
think
would
keeping
assume
and
the man
most
can
as
basically
little.
fly.
Yeah, I think we should keep most of the information between us just for safety, right? Just where we're going to be. But are there going to be other people? Are there going to be multiple Cornelias? Is there another Cornelia, or am I going to be?
That's.
How does that
that's
work?
what I was
You
wondering.
feeling left out, Cornelia?
I don't want it. Maybe I do. I don't know. It's a scary thought.
Well, before we go though, did the judge want to, lay his judgment on this Deus guy before we
Yeah,
go?
Judge.
Or...
Is he a good or a bad guy?
How
You
should
know
I
him better than anyone.
Try using some sort of judgment powers or something. Looking
Wait,
deep
real
in
quick,
their
before you do that, I have a
mind.
question.
Am I going off looks? Yeah.
Stop making that joke. It's stupid.
It's only the 6th time.
I don't even know what number that is. Okay, wait. I have an idea maybe. So you know how Mew? Remember Mew Mew?
Mew Mew.
Oh.
Bartholomew?
Remind us.
Right? Bartholomew,
yeah,
the one on
okay,
the island
okay.
who remembered us.
Yeah,
Remember how Mew Mew
Sorry,
said
yes.
that?
Bart.
No, Mew Mew.
Bart, yeah.
Remember how
Maybe
Mew
he
Mew?
did meet us. Oh, sorry.
That's what I'm wondering. I wonder if he met us in one of those other places, and then he came to this place because the confluence is the library of everybody in all of the different realms
Everywhere.
and places. But then he was here and knew you from a different place because your sister was still alive, and they were a little bit. So I wonder if there really are you guys in different places, and that he remembered us from that place, which is different than this place, but the confluence has all the places in it.
It did sound like, the confluence had different dimensions, I think.
That's what I'm saying. So there might not be another Cornelia.
I know, but
Yeah.
so different age
True.
even? Are we going to go into the future, or the past of a different
A
world?
multiverse.
This is just even harder. Oh my god.
You're more
a lot of
concerned
layers.
about finding an old version of yourself than like
What
saving the
what I
world.
look like.
Probably really cute and rich.
Me. Oh, okay.
I think if they've already stolen a bunch, you can just steal it from them.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even
Not
stealing.
stealing.
Yeah.
Jinx.
I think they'd appreciate it, get all of it younger so that I can collect more and more. Yeah.
Then you could be the ultimate Cornelia, and you could be the Judge Cornelia of all the Cornelias.
There can be only one.
I'll take you through there. I will be your key to destroy all of them. Oh, there can only be one
mean-
Cornelia. Go.
Highlander Cornelia spinoff.
Sounds pretty compelling.
It's coming. Coming to a D&D stream near you.
All right, so I guess that I'm in, guys.
Is that what it took? That's what it took. Great.
Took the promise of gold.
Promise of
Yeah.
riches. Stealing from
Gold.
themselves.
We drew in platinum out here, boys.
All right, so we'll sleep on it, and in the morning we'll go through the rift and hope for the best. Sounds like.
I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anybody want to stay up and take a watch?
Yeah, I'm staying up for sure. Taking a watch.
Take turns.
If any of you get bored while you're doing that and you wander out to the front of the castle, just take a peek and see if those 5 guys got released or if there's 5 new skeletons wandering around. Just
Only they know.
Honestly, they were kind of mean.
Yeah, I don't really feel any sort of need to save them. They know the fate of everyone that comes in here. They did it
I know I have to go
willingly.
back.
Well, you guys, they were basically 5 Fitzes, so let's not just say they deserve to, the fate, right?
Yeah.
Like they.
I'm not saying they deserve it, mate. I'm just saying they went into it willingly.
All right. Well, that's kind of the same thing. But all right.
Just like how you were giving a soul willingly.
And I just look right at Dresden.
I'm going to bed.
Don't-
We have a lot to discuss.
Oh my
You
goodness.
just sleeping right there on the floor?
Anywhere it's cozy.
No, I've been sleeping this whole time. Is it?
It is a marked improvement.
Ah, good.
Is it in one big pile?
It's like one half of the room is just covered in dust.
I was hoping he swept in a big like leaf
I
pile
made
I could sleep
no
on.
progress at all. Yeah.
Just a big
Oh.
dust pile you're gonna sleep in.
Dust
I'll pull
bunnies.
everything into a corner.
Yeah, there are those rooms to the side.
I'll check
those
out a
private
room.
rooms. So you open the door.
Oh,
to the
wait, weren't we
room,
all gonna
and
stay
you
together
find- You find that the
for
room
reasons?
is.
At least need to
marked-
see what the room looks like.
It is,
There could
it
be
is-
skeleton boys in here with knives.
That's true.
It is much less dusty in the room. There's still a little bit of dust, but the sheets look just old and worn, but they look much cleaner than the room outside.
Nah, I'm staying. I'm staying in here.
We should have looked
I'm
first.
staying in. No way.
He just throws the broom down.
There's a bed.
I'm gonna go take sheets and a pillow from one of the rooms that's less dusty and bring them into this
Alright.
room and put them on the floor.
Okay, yeah, you make a makeshift bedroll.
And I'm gonna sleep in it.
Thanks, guys.
Repeat.
Okay, rinse and repeat. All right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna check all the rooms, make sure there's nothing fucking hiding in there.
Each room looks made and tidy, cleaned. There's like a small
Like a
bowl, which is
mattress?
probably like a wash bowl, a bed, and a small chest, and a little dresser in each room. And most of the dressers just have old extra sheets and towels and things in them. Each
But
room
is there
has
like a mattress on the bed?
Yeah, there is a mattress. Now the mattress is not comfortable. It's slightly more comfortable than a wooden floor.
I'd grab the mattress and I'd drag it back out into the room. I just belly flop on it.
Okay, yeah.
And while Dresden was like searching the rooms, I'm gonna like nudge Pop and just be like, maybe you should take the shift with Dresden. I think you two definitely have some things to talk about, right?
I mean, I'm not sleeping right now, so regardless, I want to take the first one.
All right. Just make sure to give him a big hug too, because he really missed you while you were gone. All right. Good night. Good night.
I mean, we've been together for like the last 2 days, so I don't know.
Yeah, but he's
if
been
I
off in his own will. It's been weird. He's been like kind of just staring off at places and not really talking much.
Yeah, I literally
Totally.
farted on him like 5 times and he didn't even notice.
Yeah, I think he needs a hug. So, but yeah. Hey, by the way, I'm sorry this is all happening to you. This is really sucky.
Thanks? I don't really know what's happening, to be honest, so thanks.
Well, yeah. And I just give Pup a little scratch and then go to bed.
Who's watching us?
What do you mean?
Who's got
Like
the
first
first
shift?
watch? Yeah.
You want to take the
Can I
first watch with
stay?
me?
No, oh god damn it, okay.
You can sleep right now? Going home?
Yeah.
Oh. I can't.
You just gotta compartmentalize it.
I'll
No,
take
no,
it
no,
first. Watch it for
No,
you.
it's fine, I'm up. You just gotta compartmentalize.
Trust,
You
where are
take
you
all the
sleeping?
stress.
I don't know. I like make a nest of blankets in a corner somewhere.
Okay.
Dog.
Trust just kind of gives a bunch of blankets, and walks around in a circle a couple times. With, I mean, you still have your mounts with you. They were just kind of
Oh, I bet they're
running around
comfy.
outside, and so you can sleep on top of Thunderwave.
Love it.
And you guys kind of go into the corner. Cornelia, what did you name your mount?
Cyclops.
Oh yeah, Cyclops kind of just sneezes a few hundred times, and walks to the
Aw.
least dusty place in the room, and sits down with his muzzle covered by his nose.
Good point.
Muzzle covered by his arm, leg. Yeah, I said nose.
Limb?
Yeah, limb. Leg.
Oh yeah. Huh. They.
I said the wrong word. Okay.
Situation.
So you guys kind of settle in. Rezik, are you sleeping in?
Oh, I'm gonna sleep next to the dogs for sure. I'm gonna try to just like, if I can, just snuggle up nearby if they'll allow me.
Which dog? They're in two separate corners of the room.
Oh, they're in two different corners. Oh, okay, I thought they were like probably like
It's like touching
okay,
both
so yeah,
of them.
Now, one of them's like way off in the corner, trying not to get dust up its nose, and the other one's just kind of half sleeping on Trust, half sleeping under Trust. Yeah. Its
all right,
tongue
I'll
is just
sleep.
kind of drooling onto the floor.
Both of
I'll
us.
sleep next to
Both of us are.
next to Trust, just because Trust seemed like it liked me a little bit more than the other one. So
Yeah, that dog.
hopefully it
Yeah,
won't
yeah.
get mad.
Thunderwave was much more loving than Cyclops. So Rezik, you snuggle up with Trust and Thunderwave in the corner. A little bit of drool leaks onto your shoulder, but hard to tell who's drool. But that's fine.
Oh, it's a good boy.
And Pup, you and Dresden are left by this kind of, it seems like an internally burning flame in the middle of this room, just burning a hot fire.
Oh, that's nice. Anyway, like I was saying, you just gotta take it, put it in a box, and you store that just deep inside yourself, and just never open it ever again. And then you can sleep. It's really nice.
But then what happens when the box gets full?
No. That's the trick. It's just it's boxes all the way down.
Oh. But I don't have that much room.
Oh.
I can only
Well.
have one box.
Tell me, I'll put it in my boxes. What do you got?
You tell me, I put it, I'll make room in my box.
I mean, sure, yeah. Go first. I'll start dredging them up.
Nose goes.
Okay, I know I just happened to go like that. Who hit it first?
Me.
I think Pup won.
Damn it.
But it was close.
I know that was pretty close.
Damn it. Almost saved by the itch. Okay.
Dust.
Yeah. Well, it's in the most recent box. Here we go. Why? Why me? You know? Seriously. All I've ever tried to do is just be a normal guy. Just look out at the world. See what's good. See what's bad. Try and do good. When I joined the commission, then I had a bit of a job. People that are doing bad, stop them, you know? That's enough. Shouldn't it be? Shouldn't that be enough?
Are
Shouldn't
you
be
sure
able to
you
just...
were trying to be a normal guy?
Yeah. That's not normal?
No. That's sounds like a really good thing to do. If you're
Yeah.
trying to be a normal guy, you would have just done nothing. What if you were secretly trying to do something? And you were fighting it by thinking you were trying to be a normal guy. But because you have so many boxes on top of what was originally there now, that was bubbling up. You know?
Don't you ever just get sad that, people are shit? The whole world's just shit?
Imagine
Everyone.
learning it all in the span of however long I've known you.
Yeah, I would be shocked.
I didn't know that any of that existed until we were captured.
Fair. Well, you want to hear some bad news? It doesn't get any better the longer you deal with it. I don't know. This guy says I've got judgments to make. I'm just tired. If I'm being honest.
That's fair.
That's pretty much it.
Well, what are you tired from? Were you not already making judgments when you were in the commission?
Yeah.
So So how is this different? If you wanted to take that job to judge people, to help people, then this is like a super big way to do that. How is this different than your normal guy job?
It's bigger, for one. And we're talking about the end of the world, maybe?
I mean, if
That's
the
not
world is
normal guy
already shit,
stuff.
as you say, if it's already poopy, then if it doesn't get better, then what if we can make it better? If it doesn't get better, then what's the point?
I just always thought the point was the struggle. I thought the
That
point
sounds stupid.
was for everyone to try, and then eventually maybe most people succeed. Maybe that was dumb. I don't know. Maybe the bad guys are just too strong, right? There's bigger influence. We found that out every time we turn around. There's someone else out there with more power, more desire to use it. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is a bigger job and it needs to get done. You're probably right.
I mean, it just sounds like you're doing the same thing that you're already doing. Just
I guess
bigger,
I
like you
just
said.
I thought that part of my life was over. I guess I gotta let go. They told me I was too old. Couldn't keep doing it.
They had no idea how old you really were. We are old. Like,
No.
like, not like in this one, but like in the total of us, we are like really old. I don't even know how many 5s or 10s because I can count to 10 now. Or I know how many is 10 now.
Very nice. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
But you're not wrong.
Maybe that's why you're so tired.
Maybe.
Maybe you are really old.
Yeah.
It
Box
is a
is
lot.
pretty
though.
empty. So thank you.
And it didn't even fill up my box. It just kind of disappeared.
What about you?
That's cool.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm so good. Yeah, everything is like really cool. Why?
You want me to believe that?
I don't know what I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I've never felt this before. So I don't even know what it is. I had this feeling before that was... I felt like my heart was really hungry. I felt like it had nothing inside of it and I didn't know why. Like my chest felt hungry and I don't know what that feeling is. But I did not like it. And now it's even more because now I found out that talking about responsibilities, I wasn't even supposed to exist. I'm not supposed to be here.
I don't believe that for a second. Not at all.
It's either that or I'm the only thing that's supposed to exist. And what? I'm alone? That's not good either.
That's just that old guy talking. He's not... His word isn't the final word on these things. Like we said, we need to find out more. Because I can't imagine a world in which you're not supposed to exist. Or you're supposed to exist alone.
I don't know.
Someone's supposed to make the calls about what's just. That's not just. So we're not going to let it happen. Right?
Yeah. Just a lot. It's like I just found out that there is more to this world than just a forest. And I found out that there are bad things that are bad that make you feel bad. I had never felt bad before. Like, only hungry was the worst thing that I've ever felt. And then I feel all of that. And now I found out that I'm really, really old and have no memories of my entire existence. And all that was stripped away from me that I just found out. So, I don't know.
the flip side of that is there's a lot to find out, right? Maybe get all those memories back.
And I could probably count to more.
Probably count how old you are, at least. That's not a terrible idea, right?
No.
You know, I think it's gonna be all right. Like one way or the other. I think we're gonna be all right.
Or we're gonna die before we find out things aren't all right.
And at least we'll be dead.
Not you, because you're, deadless.
Yeah, I don't want to find out if that's actually true.
Should we try? Can I try to kill you?
No, please. Please, no.
Oh. Also, stop fighting with Trust about stupid things.
It's just too funny. She gets so mad.
She does get really mad. I got into a fight with Rezik about, like, the same things, though. I got into such a big fight with Rezik.
Well, there you go. Good.
That's it.
Is it time to wake those others up? I'm so tired.
I just give you a big hug. Nuzzle. Aggressively, like I want my fur inside of your nose along with the dust.
There it is. Thanks, pup.
Yeah, and you guys wait out the rest of the time. You feel out like a pretty good amount of time, and who are you waking up for the next watch?
Anybody?
Trust said that she was okay at doing it.
I'll wake Trust up. Poke, poke.
Trust. I'm up. You want to keep watch by yourself, or do you want someone to keep watch with you?
Probably someone should keep watching for me.
Oh.
And as you're doing that, thunder wave, the pup, turns over and just throws Rezik over like 3 rolls onto his head.
Oh,
I guess it's Rezik.
And Thunderwave is just like up, looking around. And then walks up to Rezik, gets right in your face, and then just starts licking nonstop.
Oh, he's a good boy. Okay, all right.
Really just
Okay.
getting in there, will not stop.
Shh! Don't wake the others. Shh.
Sorry.
I like.
Getting
I
like this.
no. I let it happen. I don't try and stop it.
Yeah. It's one of those situations, Rezik, where you're like, man, how does this animal have this much saliva? And it's a wonder. It's a wonder to all of us.
So yeah, about a minute later, I'm just kind of just wringing out some of my clothes from all the saliva that is now all over me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
God. I love dogs, but man, this is a big dog
Just
with
presto
a lot
yourself.
of saliva.
Just presto yourself.
Right. Presto. Hey,
And it kind of just goes
good thinking.
onto the ground.
Oof. Yeah, it's kind of gross, but that works. All right, I guess we're taking on the watch, huh?
And
Yeah.
you hear somebody, footsteps, very light footsteps, coming up the stairs.
Oh my.
Followed by like a small
already, it's already
candle.
happening.
You see a bright candle kind of walking up,
I want to peek out the door.
and you peek out the door, and you see Thanara, that woman, the muscled woman, leader of that group of 5, walking down the hall, and she's just in a very plain gown, not in that armor that she had on. None of the stuff she has with her, just this very simple gown, tied with a simple little like a cord, like a twine cord. And she kind of walks up to your door and sees you just kind of sitting there looking at her.
This is me around the door.
I was told you wanted to see me. No.
No. not really. Rezik, did we want to see her then?
Who is it? Oh. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, we were worried about all of you and wanted to make sure that, well, you were okay.
Does it look like I'm okay?
Well, you're wearing a comfy robe there, so maybe?
Comfy. This disgrace of clothing. You call this comfy?
Well, you're not a skelly.
Not yet.
Listen, you chose to come in these woods.
Yes. Had I only known.
Tough stuff. I'm gonna turn and walk back inside.
Ooh, you're gonna. Oh, yeah, this is
And
rough.
she kind of turns, just scoffs, and walks away. Back down.
They
the hall.
were rude as hell to me.
God. I'm gonna follow a little bit, and just. I'm sorry.
If I see him start to follow, I'm gonna follow him. Just to make
Miss-
sure.
Miss.
Yes.
We did our best to try to persuade the man who lives here to leave you all alone and let you go, but he has other plans. So I think that your only option right now is to either stay here and become a skeleton or come with us.
Go with you where?
It's a lot to unpack. We are going to a.
I like trot up and I'm like, we're
dimension.
going to save the world.
To save the world.
We're gonna fight the evil.
Yes. You guys are going to trick me again.
We never tricked you. When did
Never
we trick
tricked
them?
you. We literally said to come
You
follow
left
us.
us.
We opened the gates. We said to-
You refused
By the
to come
gate.
with us. You said,
Well,
we're
had
good
we go in, we
here.
would have been kidnapped and held prisoner faster.
Listen, all right. We tried to help you. We're trying to help you now. This is your last chance. You can either stay here, like I said, become a skeleton, or come with us and possibly live.
And further,
What are you
your
gonna do?
goals to help the Dark One?
We're not
no, we're just
working.
gonna try and keep the world from exploding into 1,000 tiny bits.
Yes, that seems plausible.
Rezik,
You don't
she's
have any
never gonna
options.
listen to us. There's no point. She's gonna
No.
be mad at us for this. She won't come with us for that. There's no winning with this one.
We walked up to the gate that you said was fine and safe. The
Yeah, when we were
creature
there, when we
at
were
the gate
standing there at the gate
called
saying,
me
"Come
a
follow us, go with
dumb
us."
stinky fart. And before I know it, we were pinned down by those giant hounds, almost crushed and brought into the castle.
Right.
You mean to tell me
Listen,
that was
this is
your doing?
all.
We
This is
told
all
you to
minutia,
come with
all right?
us when we was there, and you wouldn't.
The past is the
So-
past. All right. I'm trying to help you, dear. All right. We are not working with the man who lives here. We have literally just met him today, and we
Why
got
did you
really
not
bad news
stop
that the
him?
world's going to end. To stop him from doing what?
Why would you
from
let
living?
him live?
'Cause we don't even know
Why
the
not
man.
strike him down immediately? Have you not seen
Lady,
this
did
place?
you do
This
it?
realm
Did
he's
you
created?
strike him down?
I would have if I could.
So what makes you think we could?
Well, for one, you're not in chains in a dungeon below.
You're upstairs.
Yeah,
We're not.
we asked for you to be released and brought up out of chains. Listen, you can believe us or not. I'm sorry for your plight. We're trying to help you. We've tried to help you, and if you don't want to listen to us, that's fine. Do whatever you want to do. But we have to go and save the world tomorrow, possibly, and maybe die. So either come with us or not. I'm not going to ask you anymore.
Go with you.
I'm going to
and
go
die.
now, this way. Good night. I'm going to
Good
leave.
night.
I'm
This is being
gonna
impossible.
before I turn, I'm gonna be like, look, that guy down there, he's a fragment of Elazar the Great, all right? And Elazar is slumbering and gonna come back, and when he does, he's gonna destroy the world unless we can fix it. All right? Well, I've given you more information. I don't really care what you do either way, but I wish you the best. And I turn around.
Why would Elazar destroy the world?
Oh, well,
Elazar
because
is
all
the
the
great prophet of the Lady Maya.
yeah, well, so it's because he has none of his soul right now. His soul is fragmented into like 10 pieces, and they all exist in this world, and he's one of them downstairs. And so if he comes back, he will come back as just like the pure energy
You
with
must tell
no...
me that the Dark One, is a vestige of Lady Mayan's champion, Elazar the Deathless.
Yes, but he's not got the part that worships Lady Mayan. They like all got separate bits, and they split.
Trust, I don't know if we should be... This is the information that he wanted to kill them for knowing and leaving.
Well, he's not
off
going to let them
so-
leave, so what's it matter if they know? He made it very clear he's not letting them out of the forest.
Well, now you know. So...
And she
Yeah.
just kind of stares at you guys for a very long, praising look. Very well. We'll accompany you.
Great. Don't know how, Alright, great. Rezek, take it away.
No, I'm with you. I at this point, I'm speechless. Yep. Good. See you in the morrow.
Tomorrow. As if morning would come in a place like this. And she
Yes,
just
argue more.
alright.
Bye. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good night. Yeah, bye. Look at Rezek. I didn't really... Did we even want them with us? I didn't even care. I didn't even care at all. How did I manage to convince them?
Because now they have a reason
For what?
to go with us. Now they have a reason to go with us because they are zealots, and they now have a reason to go with us because you told them a lot of information.
Maybe if they go with us when we go to the other guy that is the religious zealot part of Elazar, if we have them with us, he won't kill us right away because they worship him, right?
That's true. I don't know. Yeah, that's very true. You're right. The positive is that they could help us with that. That's good. That's good.
Or you know, they're just snacks for me later.
Oh well. We will talk about that later. Because again, we don't want to, anger people more, right? So probably shouldn't do that. But
It's just an option, not a necessity.
So you guys stay up. You guys wait the rest of the next 4 hours or so, and everyone kind of wakes up. You guys feel refreshed. You guys feel renewed. You look outside. It's still just that cave. Just has that crystal light shining on you. So there's really no day-night cycle at all. So it kind of seems like you woke up right when you went to sleep. What are you guys doing?
Disorienting.
Is it daytime? Did you wake me up too early? Still seems kind of dark out. Or is it just... Oh, wait, let me guess. It's a cave. There's no sun.
right you are.
probably
Good point.
Yeah, I should have put that together earlier.
Well, good news, family. Apparently the nobles are coming with us through the rift. So that's good. Saving some lives, right? That's good.
So they're alive. Well,
why?
that's surprising.
Because the other option was they become skeleton people, and I couldn't really stand for that. So this is our only option, really, for them.
Can we trust him?
I don't know. They were not very nice about it.
Probably not.
So
It's gonna make sleeping a bitch.
They're
huh?
probably gonna trick us. Just a thought.
I'll keep my
Probably.
eye out.
But it's good that we did a good thing, right? I mean, the less skeleton people there are, the better. I think. I don't want to be a skeleton person.
no, yeah,
It's
no.
fine.
Recently, right and wrong has become a little bit. It's all a little bit jumbled, but I think we're doing the right thing. I'm pretty sure.
Hmm. So they're just going to come with us then? Just all five of them?
I mean,
Yep.
I don't even know if Deus will let them. So
Yeah, that would be surprising, wouldn't it? Because, you know,
I would be
they're
surprised.
captives and all.
knows?
So where are they now? Are they meeting us or?
Yeah, is like breakfast? Do we need to go to breakfast?
Yeah, Daye said there was a continental breakfast in the Great
Oh,
Hall.
Hope there's waffles.
Yeah. You know, we noticed last night in the kitchen that nothing got cooked here, and everything was still kind of dusty and old. So I'm not
he's
sure.
like a
maybe we
magic
could-
man. I don't.
Could take out.
Yeah, he said something about getting his food in different kinds of ways or something like that.
Yeah, I think he just like steals it.
From where?
Yeah, but didn't he say?
There's just like a bunch of people that didn't have dinner last night, and we got it all.
Yeah.
It's good though. All those people can cook.
It was good.
All right, shall we head down?
Yeah. I mean, our options right now are to either go down and try to free the prisoners and then just run through the rift, or go down, convince Deus to let us take the prisoners, and then leave, hopefully, with them.
I mean, I'm assuming he's gonna see us off.
Probably.
I mean,
Why,
if
he
was gonna host,
better
he would.
tell us how to get through the thingy.
All right.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, let's go.
Should we write our names down or something first before we go in? I'm doing it. I'm
I guess
writing
we
information about
Forget
myself
who we are.
and team and my group. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
But then
What's
won't we
gonna
go
happen?
crazy if we remember ourselves?
You
It's not a
go,
terrible idea, actually. I'm gonna do the same thing. Yeah,
You guys
that's-
write
yep.
an account of yourselves, and
Yeah.
you all
Yep.
head down into that room. There's still dinner from last night. It still seems good
Oh.
too. Like it's not
Mm.
old or rotted or anything. It's just lots of
Magic
dinner from last night.
food! Woohoo!
Couple
think
more
it's
bottles
eating
of
it.
that very nice
It's
wine.
very
still on the
early.
tables.
Trust.
And you guys walk outside into that big throne room, that long great hall.
Mm.
It doesn't seem like there's anyone there.
Was there coffee?
yeah. You're telling me there's no scones, there's no pancakes. It's just
We know.
turkey legs and.
There was Cinnabon.
I know. That's why I'm asking. Is there also coffee? Because my morning is about to get so much better.
There is not coffee.
Oh, why are we even here?
I just double fist the Cinnabons.
There is tea.
Okay, that'll work. I'll take it.
That'll work. Make it
Yeah.
stupid strong.
Okay. Yeah, you make a strong,
Yep.
tastes like similar to an Earl Grey.
I think that's how you make tea.
That's why you have a shake weight.
yeah.
You
that's how
guys
you
get
make
some
tea.
refreshments. You walk out into that grand hall. There's nothing there. No one, just that throne shimmering, all those different light strands in different patterns.
Can I go touch the throne?
That's him, right? Yeah. Be careful.
Yeah, I just want to go touch it. I'm not gonna
You
hurt
touch
it.
the throne and it's warm to the touch and it feels alive. And the moving light seems to move around with your hand. It's actually growing and shrinking and moving. It's not just a solid chair that looks like light. It's this living being. This light is just moving in a strange way. You would almost assume sitting on this chair would almost make you move around a bit with it.
What does it feel like? Is it like stone? Is it like wood?
It almost
What's the
feels
texture?
like glass. It's
Glass.
that smooth. but it also is cool to the touch and moves quickly, almost like wind would.
Cool or
And
is it warm?
yeah.
What was that?
Is it cool or is it warm?
Sorry, it has a warm glow, I should say.
Ah, I see.
The
Okay.
light itself has a warm color temperature. But yeah, but the actual chair itself is cool.
And was it adorned with anything? A pillow or sash? Something?
Mhm.
Okay.
The entire throne seems to just be built out of this makeshift light that's moving around.
So, Drez, do we expect a good judging this morning?
Yeah. You're an idiot.
Oh, that
I've spoken.
I have been judged. I feel honored.
What happens if I touch that
I
thing?
did a spit take on hearing that. Just my tea, just like maybe came out of my nose a little bit.
What do I think would happen if I touched that throne?
You have no idea.
Oh, God.
Good, get close to it and
He
see if
said
you
that
feel
was
anything
his
funny.
essence,
Touch it.
right?
Just
Yeah.
get like a little bit
Feels
closer.
like glass.
See if you start
You guys,
vibrating
Come
violently.
give it a touch.
Remember, his whole thing is that he is the throne, so you're probably like poking him in the eye right now.
No, I was just gently
He
touching
can
it. It's fine.
transform anytime he wants then, and they stop poking me in the eye.
I mean, we should study it, right? So we know what it
Be
feels
lucky
like
if it was
for
the
when
eye.
we find other ones. Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
We
Maybe
know
all
that.
maybe all of the aspects have a similar glossy sheen and cool but warm glow.
all right.
Making a note of that in my book.
Okay. You go up and touch the throne, and nothing seems to happen. Your hand moves with the flow of the light,
It's encouraging.
and you're looking off into the distance, and you look up, and right in front of you is this shadowed, smiling face, wearing a crown made of black wisps and dots, and he's just staring at you with this huge grin on his face. Take it, 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 take it. You know you want it. Take it, take it. And you see him just start to claw the pieces of the seat, nails digging in to the seat.
Do we all see this?
No, you guys don't see anything.
To go away.
And he's still there,
Oh,
hovering
crap.
on this throne. And he just kind of looks at you, disappointed. You could have it. All the glory could be yours. Could be mine. Could be ours. And he fades away.
Wait, was that Deus? Or I missed
No, it was just this is
A sh-
being inside
a being,
Dresden's
okay.
bubble. It's this
Got it.
shadowy figure. Think of what's that? Full Metal Alchemist, that little dude who guards the door, who's made of
Mhm.
kind of just like nothing, but he's
Yeah.
accentuated by the everything that is around him.
Great. Oh, okay. Well, if I touch it, we'll know. I'll know.
That sounds cryptic, but okay.
Yeah, there's a horrifying beast man that wants me to take a crown, and he just
Come
it's
again?
kind of yeah. It's like a shadow, just filled with lust and greed for everything.
Is what he's describing the thing that I saw in the Booger's ball?
Booger's ball.
Remember how he?
Vision?
Yeah, because I saw what you
No.
described to me was that
No, it's
character
not the
from
same
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Oh, did I?
Oh.
Yeah.
There's not enough ways to describe shadow creatures.
He just really likes Fullmetal Alchemist, apparently.
I just love Full Metal Alchemist.
I mean, it's my favorite anime. so
No,
like, we out
it is
here.
not. It is not. Not the same creature.
Okay.
You know, it would have been nice bear claws.
Yeah, muffins. I mean, anything breakfasty. It's fine. I mean, I like
and
dinner.
You
Dinner's
guys
fine.
hear some chains rattling from outside, and a little bit of commotion. Someone's voice yelling and screaming. Not violently, but angrily.
More chaos. All right, I'm gonna check it out.
I feel feeling I know who that is.
These are the people you invited.
And you guys kind of go out, and there's those huge oval doors, and you push them open. They seem to open with ease. Again, walking down this hallway, dust just hitting you in the face. You guys are all kind of just covered in dust at this point anyways. You open the door, and you see, in the middle of town, 5 those stocks. People in these very plain gowns, all of them. Hands and neck in these wooden stocks locked shut. And those are those 5 nobles from Caravella Town. And that's where we'll pick up next week.
No way
on
to
the trends thing.
guess.
On Mocha Monday Aventide. Yeah.
Why do you always say the Mocha Monday thing with such like you sound depressed?
Mocha Monday.
Mocha Monday.
We're working through it. We're working.
Anyway.
There you go.
Wow, that was the wrong
what's
one.
happening?
On Mocha Mondays. That's
That's what I was
think-
trying to do.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think the other one was better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you didn't like my singing?
No, it was great.
good.
I liked
It was
it. It was really good.
Are you okay, Day? Day, you look scared. You have this grimace on your face. You're just like,
I don't know what's happening. I was just like, I don't know what's happening.
That's fair. That's a proper
You know what's
response.
happening? Mocha Monday.
I have to
The
come
only
back
way to start your
next
week.
week to play. Oh, I didn't say up for
He
this.
wanted me to come back.
Oh. Man.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much. We are, I think, collectively exhausted. So we are going
Yeah.
to say goodnight. Thank you to everyone for coming and watching and hanging out. We will send out those stickers. Congratulations to all the winners. But please, this week, take care of yourself and take care of each other and have a wonderful night. And we'll see you next time. Good night, everyone.
Adios.
Sweet dreams.
On Mocha Monday.